From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I gotta play you the audio from one of the saddest videos I've ever seen.
Oh,
So
God.
there's
It's
a
gonna make me cry?
No. There's a marathon going on. And one of the sort of volunteers who's working for the marathon, they have people at markers throughout a marathon when you get to like the 2-hour mark, when you get to whatever, and they sort of help keep pace in specific areas, right?
Okay.
So when the runners are coming around, these guys run with the runners and they tell them like how far they are, what the time
that's
is,
nice.
how
I
much
didn't know
time they
they
have
did that.
left, but they're basically running back and forth throughout the entire marathon, encouraging the runners to like keep going.
Oh,
right?
that's great.
And so this poor guy who's been running in the same spot for I don't know how long, encouraging others to finish the race, is standing there sweating, running back and forth, wearing a bright yellow shirt that is covered in blood from his nipples.
Oh my God.
Okay.
No.
So listen to this.
No.
Listen to this poor bastard. Okay.
I'm bleeding from my nipples. You can do this. Oh, I'm bleeding.
Oh no.
2 minutes. 2 hours. Go. Go, go, go.
Oh no.
Come on. I'm bleeding from my nipples. You can do this.
Oh no. If you think what you're doing is difficult, I'm bleeding from my nipples.
Oh, this poor guy.
But
that happens.
couldn't somebody sub in for him while he went and like took care of the situation?
No, you gotta pull through because
Like in a relay?
No, because
Like pass the baton.
No, man, because nipple bleeding is like that's a thing that happens to runners.
Yeah.
Right? Do you remember that episode of The Office when they were doing the run for rabies and Andy's nipples started bleeding?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Right? Like bleed. I've never had. I mean, other than the time that I got it pierced by somebody who shouldn't have been piercing anybody, I've never had.
Like at a professional place or like at
yeah,
somebody's
it was
home?
very early on though. When I got my nipple pierced, like very early on, and he used tools that you don't use to pierce somebody.
Like what?
Like it was just like the wrong kind of needle, and he used a ring in
Like
my
a sewing needle?
No, yeah, but he used a ring in my nipple that like you put in your ear, not through a nipple. Like it wasn't one of like the stainless steel ones.
Yeah.
It was just like a hoop that you bought from the Zellers.
Oh, what
right?
happened?
Did it get infected? Yeah, for like, I don't even know. I think my nipple was infected for like 6 or 7 months. Right, and then it would bleed every now and then. So like I had to put, because what would happen? Do you want to hear the story, or you don't want to hear the story of
I don't. But
I'm gonna tell a story right now. Okay, it's about a nipple.
Okay.
If you are sensitive to nipples or have sensitive nipples, just like distract yourself or whatever for the next like 2 seconds. Okay, because so what happened was. And anybody who's been pierced, and if you have been pierced and you've gone through something similar to this, please let me know. Okay, so here's what happened. So when I got my nipple, this is probably about like, I don't even know, maybe 91 or 90. Like before anybody had anything pierced. So I went to this place. It was like a tattoo place, and this guy had just started piercing things on people, and he had never done a nipple before. And so I lie down, and he takes the pinchers and he squeezes it together, and then he puts a needle, which is not a proper needle, but he puts a needle, pops it right through. Okay? Then he takes, Shem just took his headphones off. Okay, again, if you don't want to hear this, let me know. Okay?
Well, where are we
You let
going
me-
down this road?
Okay. And then he, because when I booked the appointment, he said that I had to bring my own ring. And I said, what kind of ring? And he said, any ring will do. So I went to Zellers and I bought just regular hoop earrings that were like hollow, like that you just stick in your ears, like when you get your ear pierced kind of thing. Yeah. Not the stainless steel surgical grade thing that you're supposed to use for body piercings. And then so I hand this to him and he pushes it through.
Wait, are you laying down on the table or are you staying?
I'm lying down and I have 4 buddies standing around me who are watching. And one guy looks down at me and goes, oh my God, I've never seen a nipple bleed before. Right?
Tell me you weren't freaking out.
Right? No,
I wasn't. It sounds like a
wasn't.
scene out of the movie Saw.
So then he puts this thing through and he clamps it, like he just pushes it closed. The wrong kind of piercing apparatus that you have.
Did he use like an alcohol wipe to clean the area?
No. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. And then he put like a Band-Aid over it, right? Which hurt like hell when I took off.
Was he wearing gloves?
I can't be 100% sure that he was wearing gloves.
Do you know if he washed his hands?
I can't be 100% sure that he washed his hands. One would assume. So anyway, so what happens is I go home and I'm super proud of my nipple piercing, right? But
hey,
it's
everybody look at this.
Yeah, it's a big hole. And then so what happens is that, I thought that you treat it just like an earring where you flip it around and you move it back and forth a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would do that. And then what happens is it just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And what happens is that it started to heal, but it started to heal around the ring. Okay? Yeah. And so all the healing that was going on in there was not healing to the actual inside of the nipple. It was healing to the ring. And then one day I woke up and I felt it stick a little bit. And then I was like, oh, maybe I just need to turn it a little tiny bit. So I turned it. And what came out was everything that had started to heal inside was attached to the ring. And I wound up pulling it all out with it. And then starting from zero again.
That's so right.
So,
my God!
Yeah. And then I had it in for about 10 years after
you
that.
Kept it?
Yeah.
Oh my God! My guy!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Your story that you were telling has prompted people, fans of this show, to start texting in at 925-555.
Oh, back years ago when I got my nipple pierced, and it went so horribly wrong.
And you didn't use like a proper piercing.
I didn't know. When he did it, he just put the needle through and told me to show up with my own ring.
Which you bought from?
Zellers. And it was just like a regular hollow fake gold ring that just bred infection.
And as you were
and then I twisted it because it started to heal, right? It started to heal and I thought it was doing really well because it was like, but then it was stuck. And then as it was healing, I went to twist it, like turn the ring clockwise in my nipple, and then what came out of the hole was everything that had started to heal inside my nipple was then attached to the ring, and I just pulled the whole thing. I just pulled the whole thing out.
I apologize to everybody for asking this question.
Yes,
but I kind of have to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you smell it?
Yeah.
And?
It's disgusting.
Oh, I did that when I had my ears pierced. It smells like the inside of your belly button.
Also, I haven't had a ring in my nipple in about 20 years. And even today, if I grab it and pinch it and push with my thumb, I can get stuff out of it.
That's my question is, can we see your nipple now?
No, you cannot.
Somebody wants to know they texted and they want to know if you still have the hole. Can you still see?
You can still see the hole, but it was done so poorly that the reason why I eventually got rid of the nipple ring was because my body started to reject it. And so when I finally took it out, it wasn't even through the middle of my nipple anymore. It looked like it was down at the bottom, like almost on my chest.
Really?
Like it had started to work its way out of my nipple. And the little bit of skin that was over top of the ring became so small that I was worried that I was going to pull it out, because you always catch it on a towel when you're drying, when you get out of the shower.
Because you forget.
Right? Because you forget. Yeah. Or you flop down on your stomach on the bed or the couch and it's sticking straight out.
Oh!
And then...
That's so gross. Okay.
And then it gets pushed.
925-555 is how you text in. Here's some text that we're getting.
Yeah.
I had basically the same experience to the point where my friend is the one who fainted and I was the one who was getting my nipples pierced.
Yeah.
A year later, I ripped it right out of my nipple by accident.
Oh.
Roz, telling your nipple piercing story literally hurt my nipple. I have mine pierced and never had issues.
Yeah.
But I felt your pain. Your pain is my pain.
When I first met Catherine, I didn't know it, and we were making out one time, and I put my hand on the back of her head, and my baby finger touched the piercing on the back of her neck.
What?
She had the back of her neck
I remember.
pierced.
Yes, you told this story before.
And
Is
I
it
almost
still-
threw up while I was kissing her.
Does she still have the piercing? Is the hole still there?
Never bothered to look.
Really? You
Never
don't wanna
bothered.
know?
No, she had her nipples pierced and her neck, like the back of her neck pierced.
Really?
Yeah. I touched it. We were kissing. It was such a beautiful moment, too.
Yeah.
Like, we hadn't been making out even that long. We hadn't even known each other that long.
Yeah.
And we were making out, and I went to put my hand around the back of her head, and my baby finger touched it. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And I started, like, playing with it a little bit, and I realized what it was.
Yeah.
I almost threw up in her mouth.
That's so gross. Another text reads, my buddy pierced his nipple, and the next day his brother came over, didn't know he pierced his nipple, grabbed him by the shirt and pulled and ripped the piercing right out.
No. No.
Another person just simply wrote, I'm here for all the nipple piercing stories.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The battle between millennials and boomers continue. I can't relate because, Gen Z and ting.
Wow, you're Gen Z now, huh?
Always have been.
9 years on this show, you said that you were a millennial.
No, I'm on that border.
Oh, so you're cusp.
Yeah.
I got you.
I could be both.
I got you.
So there was this, BuzzFeed put together this list where people were going back and forth, tweeting like crazy. Boomers love to say this. Millennials love to say that.
Okay. I'm just going to sit here in my little...
Boomer jacket?
No, my little Gen X perch and just watch all the fighting happen like I normally do. I don't get involved in this stuff.
Boomers love to say, I'm videoing this. Millennials love saying, F this, F that, this is effed up. Boomers love saying, you look good, when they run into someone they haven't seen in a while. Millennials love, you okay?
Yeah, I'm dying over here.
Millennials love saying, so I did a thing.
Oh, God.
And then that thing ends up being like they bought a desk.
Yeah, exactly.
Boomers love saying they returned from Facebook jail. Millennials love saying, words are hard this morning. Boomers love saying, let me ask you this, instead of just going straight into the question. Millennials love saying, an oldie but a goodie, and then sending you like a YouTube link from 2008. Boomers love saying, just nuke it, when something could just be warmed up in a microwave. Millennials love saying, cuteness overload.
That's true.
Boomers love saying phone tag. Millennials love saying doggo and pupper way too much.
Oh, God.
Boomers love saying, all right, let's do this thing before checking out at a grocery store.
Yeah, that's true.
Millennials love saying, I was today years old when I learned this.
Yes, that's true.
You hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Boomers love saying, that's the $1 million question.
Right.
Millennials love saying, wait, before like every realization.
Right.
Boomers love saying, the COVID. Millennials love saying how people win things like win the internet or I just won Twitter.
Right.
Boomers love saying pot instead of weed. Millennials love to say, you must be fun at parties. Boomers love saying, well, I don't care if you're purple. You're going to go do this thing. Millennials love to say mood about anything and everything. Why do boomers love saying, I guess you hated it when you finish your plate of food? That's such a dad joke.
Yeah. That's a white dad joke.
Oh, big time.
Right? Yeah.
Millennials like to say, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yes, that's true.
Boomers love to say the L's in the word tortilla. Tortilla? Why do millennials love saying, and go, when they ask for recommendations on literally anything?
Right.
Boomers love to say, Not that there's anything wrong with that when they find out that somebody's gay.
Right.
And finally, this is millennials versus boomers. Millennials, and you are going to love this because I know how much you hate it.
Right.
Millennials love saying adulting.
Adulting. Ugh, God.
I know. That drives you the most nuts.
It really does. That one and man cave are the two words I hate the most.
Let me go through some texts. Here's what people are texting. Boomers love saying, quote, looks like they let anybody in here when their friend walks into a bar.
That's so true.
Somebody said, damn, man, I'm a millennial and I don't say any of that.
Yeah, right.
With everything you've been saying, it sounds like I'm actually a boomer. I'm a millennial, but I think I was supposed to be born as a boomer. I'm cringing at half of the sayings that millennials say.
Yeah.
And somebody else just simply wrote, I don't know if they're boomer or millennial.
Yeah.
They just wrote, I feel seen.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
They did a poll, and maybe it's nostalgia or I don't know what it is, but like a wildly high number, 82% of people said that there's nothing more memorable than experiencing something for the first time. And 71% of people wish that they could relive some of their favorite firsts.
Oh.
Is there a first that you would like to relive? I'll ask you. I'll ask anybody listening right now. It's a tough one. And okay, let's just put some parameters on this, okay? You can relive a first. It's not like going back in time. You're not going to affect your future self.
Sure.
You're not going, like, nothing like
just
that.
want to get that sensation
It's
again.
not a Back to the Future situation where if you go back and you use tongue in a kiss that you didn't use tongue in before, you're suddenly going to all these years later be married to that person.
Oh.
Okay? It's not like that. It's just reliving a first.
Maybe the very first time I spent my own money from working. Like it wasn't like money that my parents had given me to buy something.
You felt so good, huh?
Yeah, that independent feeling, knowing that this is the money you worked for.
Right.
It's your money to buy whatever it is that you want.
Right.
Maybe to go back to experience that.
Some of people's favorite firsts that they would want to relive, not in any particular order. Getting their first job, I guess that feeling.
That too.
Their first love, their first kiss, their first pet, their first car, their first concert, their first best friend, the first home, the time you lived on your own, the first time you went on an international trip.
Do you have an answer?
It's difficult for me. I don't generally. Maury, what's your first that you would like to relive?
I was going to say relive some tastes. Relive the first time I had pizza, or first time I, drank a martini or champagne or something like that.
You want to relive the first time you drank a martini?
So that you can enjoy it all over. Like,
I don't know anybody who loved a martini the first time they drank a martini.
Or that first time I taste beer with my dad.
But everybody hated beer the first time you tried beer.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible, but he gave it to me warm.
So you would like to experience the having a beer with your dad for the first time.
Absolutely.
Not the first time you tasted beer.
No, the experience.
The experience. Yeah, see, I tend to lean on, what are people saying that are texting in, by the way?
Is how you text. First kiss. Skydiving, the first time I did that.
No, thank you.
Shannon says here, seeing my daughter get into her university of choice.
Oh, yeah, you can relive that. That's a good first.
I'd say
come
first
on.
time going into a pool.
This might be a troll job.
Yeah.
I wish I could relive watching Lord of the Rings for the first time again.
I don't think that is a troll job, to be honest with you. No, I wish that there's movies that I've enjoyed so much the first time I saw them, and they're just never the same afterwards, right? Like, I wish that I could watch, I don't even know, like, I wish that I could go and watch, like, Pulp Fiction for the first time right now, just because it was such an incredible experience watching Pulp Fiction for the first time, right? Or The Usual Suspects, which that movie is never the same after you see it for the first time. I always wonder, I never dwell on firsts, right? Because you tend to remember first. What I dwell on, if I dwell on something, is that I wish I could remember the last time I did something. Because we never make note of the last time we did something.
And your memory is terrible.
And my memory's terrible.
So the last thing could have been yesterday, and you have no idea today.
Right. Like you exactly. Like I don't remember the last time I ever rode my bike to call on a friend.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At some point, I did that for the very last time in my life, and I probably didn't know that was the last time I was ever going to do that. Like, I didn't know that time. I grabbed my bike off the lawn, drove 2 blocks over to whoever's house, Ryan's house, and rang the bell, and his mom probably let me in because he wasn't home from school yet, and I just went downstairs and started playing his stuff. I didn't know that was the last time.
Ryan's mom's so cool.
Right, she was so cool. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Yeah, it's tough, though. First, would I want to relive my first kiss? No. It was awful.
Somebody, in lines with that, somebody said, definitely not my first time having sex. That was embarrassing.
Oh.
Another person said, first time I went in the ocean on my first ever all-inclusive.
Oh, yeah.
First time going to Disney World. First time, relive meeting my spouse.
Right.
Somebody said my first date with my boyfriend.
The first time I ever went on a plane, I went on a plane when I was a little kid, but after that, my family didn't go anywhere.
There was smoking on planes back then.
There was. And I thought when I went on a plane, I was flying alone. I was flying out to see a friend of mine, and I was probably in junior high or something like that, maybe 13 or something. And I got my ticket, and I got on the plane, and I just thought it was first come, first serve seats, right? So I grabbed
anywhere?
So I grabbed a big comfy one right up at the front.
Don't they give you a big button when you're a kid?
No, because I was old enough to fly.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
But I just grabbed one of the big comfy chairs up at the front.
Yeah.
And then right before the plane took off, the flight attendant walked over and went, "Can I see your boarding pass?" And I showed it to her. She's like, "Yeah, come with me." And then she put me in the middle seat back by the toilets. Right.
Yeah, you're back there, cheapo.
Yeah.
I'll read this last one here to you. First time trying melted cheese because I don't remember it. I just know I love cheese.
Yes, I'm with you on that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz and Mocha, it's Cynthia. How are you?
Good, Cynthia. What's going on?
So my first was the first time traveling down south to a warm country and dipping my feet in ocean water that felt like bath water.
Yeah, first time in the ocean's a big one.
Yeah, with that sun beating down on your body. Oh, nice.
Because I was so used to going into cold water, whether it was the Atlantic or, lake water. So I was not expecting that at all, and it was amazing. So my second trip down south, I thought, I'm just going to run in. It was Cuba this time, Veradero. The water looked beautiful. I ran in, and guys, can you believe I tripped on a rock and banged my knee?
Oh, no. Trying to relive that moment.
My brother and I, the first time we ever went anywhere, we went to Mexico together years ago. And we got there, and our flight was super early. Everything. We got to the hotel, checked into our room, stopped by the buffet, buffets at all inclusives, right? Just loaded up. We had the most bacon and eggs that we could ever have, right?
Yeah.
They just loaded up, had our trunks on, everything else. Grabbed 2 towels, went out. We got on the beach, and it was a deep beach. So you had 100 feet of sand before you hit water, right? A deep, deep beach. And we both went running we were Rocky and Apollo Creed down the beach towards the water, right?
Uh-huh.
We went running in the water, and he was a little bit faster than me, so he went in first. And I'd never been in the ocean before, right? And I'm running and he's running. And as soon as he runs in, a wave comes up as he's smiling at me and we're hooting and hollering. A wave comes up and hits him right in the face.
Oh,
and then,
no.
And then he turns around to me. And at this point, I'm about 3 feet away from him. And as he turns around, 3 liters of seawater and all the bacon and eggs that he had in his stomach just came shooting right out of him. Towards me.
Oh, no.
And then we walked out of the water so he could recuperate for a half hour.
And what'd you do? Go in the water and rinse off?
I went with him. Yeah, I rinsed off. I went with him to make sure he was okay.
That's so
but that was
gross.
my first time in the ocean. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Memorable. David Maury.
My first time in the ocean, I stepped on one of those sea urchins.
Really? And did it hurt? Does it sting you?
It kills.
Really?
Oh my God! Are you kidding? You have to pee on yourself if it's a jellyfish.
Right.
This you just take it out and you move on.
And where was this?
This was in Barbados with my dad.
Right. Well, was he a singles trip?
That he went to the hedonism.
Oh, right. He was oh yeah, that's right. His dad went to a hookup resort and brought Maury with him.
The staff member that he was hooking up with used to leave
staff member.
Yeah, don't you remember?
Oh, right.
She used to leave shampoos and stuff in the bush.
Yeah,
right.
It would be like an Easter egg hunt.
Right.
Maury would have to go while Frank was hooking up. with the employee, Maury would like Easter egg hunt for shampoos and soaps.
Is that why you love the shampoos and soaps from hotels so much as an adult now?
Because I got to keep the search going.
Right.
Damn.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, Cynthia, we're happy that you are back to work and happy that you're back in our lives again. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for making me smile.
Have a great day.
Take care. Bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I am so hyped for this new Eternals movie. Drops tomorrow. Latest in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie, Kumail Nanjiani, Kit Harington, Salma Hayek.
It's good to see Salma Hayek back doing this stuff.
Yeah. Stacked cast.
Yeah.
Absolutely stacked cast. Again, it opens tomorrow. Cannot wait for this movie. Dammit Maury had a chance to speak with Lia McHugh.
I saw the film, too.
Dammit Maury saw the movie. And Lia plays a character by the name of Sprite.
How old is she?
She's 14.
14.
And I know nothing about the Eternals. I've been staying away from any type of story that's going to educate me because I want to go into this and learn everything I can about these characters.
And that's a lot of the new MCU stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But I felt that way about, Guardians of the Galaxy all those years ago as well. I had no idea what Guardians of the Galaxy was and didn't really have a lot of interest in actually seeing Guardians of the Galaxy until I saw it.
And they became like the most beloved characters.
And that's my favorite, in the
MCU.
some of my favorite movies, yeah.
So Dammit Maury talking to Lia McHugh. Again, she plays Sprite in the movie The Eternals, which is out tomorrow.
Oh my God, this was fantastic. This is by far one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Well, thank you.
Come on.
Who in the cast were you most excited to work with, and who were you fangirling over to meet?
Okay, so same person. Richard Madden. I was very excited to meet him. I love Cinderella. I had a Cinderella-themed birthday party when I was 11. I actually dressed up as Cinderella for Halloween. But I absolutely love that movie, and I was just so over the top excited to meet him. I love Richard Madden.
Yes.
You do see his shirtless back in the movie.
So funny that when you talk to like a 14-year-old, she's like the guy from Cinderella.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Yeah. It's so great.
Completely different timeline that she's living in now, right?
Yeah.
Dammit Maury talking to Eternal star Lia McHugh. She plays Sprite. And of course, taking that name.
Yes.
Dammit Maury.
Oh, no.
You knew it was going to happen, though.
Here we go.
You knew.
Hit me.
The originality was going to come out.
Hit me.
In the movie, you play Sprite. Do you have to actually love that drink forever? Do you have to be only drink Sprite?
Wow.
I will never, ever live down that joke. I cannot count the amount of people who have made that joke to me.
You're supposed to make me feel like I was the first.
So original.
I'm not a big Sprite person. I don't drink a lot of soda. We went to McDonald's actually because there's a Happy Meal toy out now. And my brother was like, "Do you have any Sprite toys?" And they were like, "Sorry, we only have one flavor of Sprite here."
Oh no!
Oh
no!
Not what it is.
Oh no!
No, I am Sprite.
Oh,
Did you think that joke was going to kill?
I thought she would have never heard it before.
Really? Jesus.
She's been doing press for this movie for 5 weeks now.
It is your favorite movie of all time, though, Maury.
I've seen the movie. Fantastic, as mentioned. Are all of the fans going to love this? Is this going to live up to the hype? Are people just going to love this movie?
I think this movie is so insane for fans because it's different than any other Marvel movie. I mean, going into it, I didn't know what to expect. I don't think anyone's going to expect what they see when this movie comes out, and I think that's really exciting. It also opens up so many doors for future possibilities for movies and different amazing new characters.
Now, let's say this. It is important, would you not agree, to make sure that you stay during the credits?
100%. When it's over, it's not. I know you'll think it's over, but it's not over yet. You got to stay. You got to just stay all the way until the screen goes black and it's completely over.
But that's with every MCU movie.
But this is the one that everyone's talking about.
Right.
That one.
Wait a second.
I have no
is
idea.
that the Harry Styles thing?
Yeah.
Oh, we already talked about that.
I know, but I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, right. Well, Variety already spoiled it, so it doesn't matter if we spoil it. Yes.
So that is Lia McHugh. She plays Sprite from the movie Eternals.
Can't wait.
Which is out tomorrow, and according to Dammit Maury,
it's absolutely incredible. And the first gay superhero is in this movie.
Which character is it?
I don't know how to pronounce it, but they kiss.
Dude, Dude, you said to her at the beginning.
Oh my God, this was fantastic. This is by far one of the best movies I've ever seen.
That is a big statement, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello. It's Roz and Mocha. What is your name?
It's Mike.
What up, Mike? How are you, man?
Good. How's it going?
Good. What do you want to say?
So I have a question. Why is that every time Maury talks about a movie, it's the greatest movie he's ever seen?
Exactly. And you are not, Mike, the first person saying this right now. So Maury just talked to Lia McHugh for the Eternals. And let me just remind people, if you didn't hear the interview that Maury did with Lia. So this is how Maury started the interview about the Eternals.
Oh my God, this was fantastic. This is by far one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Well, thank you.
No. I roll.
One more time.
Oh my God, this was fantastic. This is by far one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Okay, one of the best movies I've ever seen. Maury, is it one of the best movies you've ever seen?
Absolutely not.
Okay, absolutely not. Yeah, wow.
Damn.
Now, I know that you... What's that?
It was good.
Yeah.
I can't explain it to you.
Right, but not one of the best movies you've ever seen.
Absolutely
So
not.
if you could explain to people and Mike, because Mike isn't the only one asking this question right now, which is, why do you feel the need to, before you interview every single person, to say that you either loved it, it was the best, your favorite? What is that?
Because I treat it like I was going into a restaurant and the chef came to the table. I'm going to say, this was one of the best hamburgers I've ever had.
Right.
Because it makes people feel good.
So you want people to like you.
It's
right?
In that moment, yes.
In that moment,
After we're
yes.
done, I don't care.
Hey, Mike, just so you know, we have a montage of all the times that Maury has falsely told people that their project, their movie, was the best thing, the greatest thing, his favorite of the festival, life-changing. And I'm going to run through some of the names to you before we play it, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Naomi Watts, Hugh Jackman, Christopher Walken, Ryan Gosling, Gwyneth Paltrow, Paul Dano, Octavia Spencer, Lady Gaga, Zac Efron, Mark Ruffalo, Bradley Cooper, Rainn Wilson, Keira Knightley, Jennifer Lopez, Drew Barrymore, Bryan Cranston, Toni Collette, Will Ferrell, and Renee Zellweger.
Wow, a lot of big names in there. All right, are you ready for this, Mike?
Listen to this. Listen.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, good to see you again, buddy.
See you, sir.
This movie was my favorite of the festival. Congratulations. Can I just say this movie was phenomenal? The hype is unbelievable, and this movie's going to do so well, and I loved you in this film.
Thank you.
So fierce. I'm like, I love her. Hugh Jackman, dude. Babe, how are you?
How are you, man? Good.
Congratulations. This movie's amazing.
Thank you, buddy.
Ryan Gosling, as much as I would love to stare into your eyes, I have to ask you a question. This film, by the way, congratulations, incredible. Thank you. This movie, phenomenal. Congratulations. This movie, I don't think there was a dry eye in the house. This thing is fantastic.
God.
This movie, I don't even know how to describe how the experience, like it was just out of this world. Lady Gaga, that's my mic, by the way. First off, I have to tell you that I've already tweeted about this movie, and it's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
I'm just extremely humbled and grateful to be here.
Congratulations, guys. This movie was so good. This was honestly one of those movies that just really hits you in all the feels. Congratulations. This was my favorite movie at the festival this year. Dude, this movie was fantastic. Congratulations. Are you kidding me? I loved it. Congratulations. Fantastic film. Thank you. And Keira Knightley, one of the best films I've ever seen.
Wow,
congratulations. It was so cool.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Jennifer Lopez. By the way, loved the movie. Drew Barrymore, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Can I tell you, thank you for this movie. Like, honestly, my favorite at the festival. This movie was incredible, and it asks a lot of questions. Toni Collette, how are you? I gotta say, first of all, thank you for this movie. It was one of the most amazing films I've seen. I hardcore cried while watching it.
Oh my God, such a liar.
Thank you.
Okay, here he comes to meet me. Will Ferrell, dude, the movie was so awesome. Thank you so much for getting this. Renee Zellweger! This was my favorite movie at the festival. I was bawling my eyes out, and as a young gay guy, this was such a movie we need.
Thank you for saying that.
Oh,
okay, so by the way, Maury, when you told Keira Knightley gushingly this was your favorite movie of all time, what movie were you talking about?
Oh, Jesus, I don't remember.
Okay, fair enough.
There you go, Mike. Thank you so much, bro.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
Update.
Mike, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Julia, are you there?
I am.
Okay, we've been waiting for this FML update for a hot minute. We talked to you guys back in July, and it wasn't all laughs and giggles back then.
No, so just to bring people up to speed here. So, Mike, back in July, you wrote us this. Hey, Roz Mocha, fix my life. Can I get you guys to do me a favor? I'd like to shout out my friend Julia. We got into an argument 2 weeks ago, and I was acting childish, and I want her to know that I'm sorry, and I hope she can forgive me, and we can still be friends again. I tried reaching out to her to apologize, but she has not talked to me since. She listens to you guys. Maybe if you can tell her I'm sorry for me, she'll forgive me. Thanks, guys. Mike.
Yeah.
And at the time, whatever it was that was going on, I think, Julia, did you have like somebody in your life had passed away? Is that what happened? And then you felt that Mike wasn't being a supportive friend.
Yeah.
And so, and when we had you on, I remember you didn't take Mike back as your friend right away. But it seemed like the door was a little bit open. So, how did that conversation? Where did it go after we talked to you guys? Like, did Mike? Did you reach back out to Julia? And did you guys start talking again?
Well, no, she was pissed. If she wasn't mad before, that made her a lot more mad.
Because Julia is friends with your girlfriend. Is that right, Mike?
Oh, she's my ex now. I found out she was cheating on me the majority of our relationship. That's a whole other FML.
That's the next FML, bro.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
So-
Wait. I need to know. Julia, are you still friends with Mike's ex?
Yes is the answer, right?
Does Mike know that you are friends with his ex?
I'm not really that close with her anymore.
But-
I haven't talked to her either.
Okay, so hold on here.
Did you know that she was cheating on Mike?
No.
Please.
I didn't.
You sure?
Yeah, I swear she didn't tell me anything.
Okay.
I had no idea.
Do you know the person that she was cheating on Mike with?
Yeah, so does Mike, so we're good.
Oh, this is a whole other thing. We may just break these guys up again.
So is this how you guys were able to come back together to become friends?
No, it happened after. I texted Mike like months later, honestly. It was like September when I texted him. And I was like, hey, do you want to meet up and talk? He was like, yeah, I'd love to. Like, after work, let's meet up. So then we did.
Because the last time when we talked to you guys, we could tell in Mike's voice, and I'm sure you could as well, Julia, that he felt really, really guilty because he was not being a supportive friend, but then also he was like talking smack, and you weren't into that, and you needed your space, you needed your time, which you said to us on the phone that you would at least give it some space, give it some time. Was there a point prior to that text in September that you hit where you were like, I'm ready to talk to Mike again?
Yeah, I texted him. It was honestly probably the September long weekend. I was literally on the way to the cottage, and I was like, I'm going to message Mike and tell him I want to, talk to him. Mike knows. I don't know why he did this, but he knows I need time when I'm mad. And literally, honestly, to be completely honest, when you guys called me at 8 a.m., I thought I forgot that I entered a contest and I won something.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so then, when I met up with him, I literally had notes in my phone. I'd made notes of what I need to talk to Mike about that we need to, really discuss. One of them was don't call me at 8 a.m. on the radio again.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. And yet here we are.
Yeah, and then how did the meeting go, when the two of y'all met up?
It went really well. Mike came in my car. We caught up about, what happened in the last, I guess, 3 months. He said sorry again. And I was like, honestly, I'm not even that mad anymore. I just needed space. I just need to, relax.
Yeah.
I need, when I'm mad, I need to think, do I want these people in my life? Are they negative? Are they too negative to me? Or, is Mike, actually a good friend? He actually helps me see things, and he, and he's, always there for me. And I was like, he's literally every single time I need somebody, I call Mike, and he always answers. I was like, what am I doing? So then I texted him.
Have you guys ever hooked up?
No.
Because I'm just saying, the way you're talking about Mike right now, it sounds like he's boyfriend material.
No.
Wow.
He's not. Oh, sorry, Mike.
It's not. No.
Ju's my sister.
No, he's just not. He's like my brother.
Oh, okay. So you guys would never try the dating thing?
No.
Damn.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Oh.
Sorry you're so gross, Mike.
Yeah, that extra no really hurts. It's always that extra no.
Yeah.
It's always this. This is when you know. It's when somebody goes, "Hey, have you guys ever hooked up?" And somebody goes, "No." No.
Well, I was dating his psycho best friend at the time, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's too.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are back and you're good and you're back to being best friends, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And then and Julia, do you have a boyfriend?
The situation.
You have a situation.
Oh, okay. Let's continue with
Wow,
this down this
okay,
alley,
okay.
down this road. What happened? Oh, like, what's going on? What do you mean, sort of?
No, nothing. We're just talking right now. Not a
Okay.
boyfriend, not official.
Right. What do you think of this guy, Mike?
I haven't met him yet. I'm looking forward to meeting him, though. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to.
Yeah. You know what new boyfriends like? They like when their girlfriend has a male best friend.
Oh, no, they don't like that, Roz. They don't, because I was in that situation. They
Bro.
don't like that.
Bro, come on now.
Anyway, so Julia
Yeah.
and Mike, things worked out, but apparently this new situation, we will welcome you back to FML in like 3 months.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yep. Happy that it worked out between you guys and that you're back to being friends again. I know Mike was real busted up about it. And Julia, you're right. Sometimes people just need space. And when you're going through something like this, when you got a friend who's going through it, as a friend, the only thing that you can do is just say, what do you need from me? And if that friend turns around and says, just leave me the hell alone for a while, that is your job as a friend at that point.
Mike.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Mike and Julia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Hey, Deepa. Come here. Did you get a cat?
Oh my gosh, I did get a cat. A little kitty cat. Just over the
What's the
weekend.
cat's name?
His name is Tubby.
Tubby?
Tubby. Short
Man.
Tubbs.
How old is he?
Fat
He's
shame the
only
little
2
guy
months
right out of the
old.
gate, huh? You can't do that, right?
How old is
We
he?
don't-
How old is he?
He's only 2 months old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So has this been like in the works for a while? Like the plan was get through the wedding. You guys got married in September.
Yeah.
Settle into the new place, and then next step is get a cat.
Okay, I've always wanted a cat, but he's had a family cat. But when I was living with my parents, they weren't really into like pets and animals. So I was like, as soon as we got the house, I was like, freedom! I can do whatever I want. So we were looking.
Freedom.
That's
From
freedom
a married
to me.
woman
I
now.
know.
But I was so nervous when I told my mom we got a cat. I was terrified.
At
Why?
what? Being judged?
Yeah, by my mother, because they just don't like pets. They don't like touching them. They don't like them around.
They don't like a cat?
No, but I showed you a picture of him. He is the
Yeah.
cutest little kitty ever.
And
So are they like not going to come over now?
No, they will come over. I took him to like meet them on the weekend, and she like barely gave him a little pat on the head. So it's like baby steps, I think, right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's baby
You know
steps.
what? I will say, coming from Deepa's Guyanese, I'm Guyanese as well. Coming
Is
from
there
a Guyanese,
is there a pets thing in the? Yeah, really?
Some yes, Guyanese households will not tolerate pets. Like
Yeah.
growing up, we did not have pets. Like my
Really?
parents, I believe, thought like they were disgusting, right?
Like
So-
having an animal in the house kind of thing,
Yeah,
right?
kind of, yeah.
Like, how
Really?
dare a dog get up on the couch?
Oh.
Right?
Oh no.
Like, no, absolutely not. How dare a dog lick your hand?
Yeah.
Really?
At all to say hello or
so
give
like
kisses.
your mom like wasn't like down like would like getting the dog to lick her face and stuff like
No.
that.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
It's
Okay.
only, and we've had Tig now, our golden retriever, for almost 9 years.
Yeah.
And it's only within like the past 2 years or so that my mom will pet his head. Like give a little, give a little,
9 years.
like on the top of his head.
Wow.
And she doesn't mind. Like she likes him now. Like she
Yeah.
tolerates him
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah.
But
I had no idea.
both of my parents. So you guys get this cat. Your
Yeah.
parents are
They're okay.
You're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, yeah.
So how did you come to, get this cat into your life?
Where'd you
So
find him?
for the past few weeks, I've just been looking at pictures of cats online, and I saw this one. He's like a little floofy, chubby kitty, and I showed Thalal a picture of him, and Thalal's like, absolutely no way. Like, I want a cat that can like hunt, an outdoor cat.
Okay.
What?
Y'all want a tiger?
Yeah.
No.
I think that's what he wanted.
No, but here's this is all cats hunt.
No, I know, but like,
Even the fat dumb ones hunt.
But he just doesn't
Instincts
look-
take over and all cats hunt.
he just doesn't look like he would be physically
What do you
able
expect?
to do
He's
that.
8 weeks old.
I know, but still, he's just like so cute.
Like you got to go to Russia to find the kind of cat your husband wants.
I'll tell him if he wants to go there. But I showed him this picture, and I was like, I'm gonna message and say like, hey, can I like see the cat? So he's like, fine, we'll go see it. So the lady who owns this kitty was like, hey, you want to meet in a parking lot at Canadian Tire? And I was like, sure. So we roll up Saturday in the evening to like empty Canadian Tire parking lot. She like rolls up in a Suburban.
Yeah.
This illegal cat seller?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Deepa.
What? No, she's totally, it's totally legal.
Yeah.
So then she like
You trying to convince us or yourself?
She pops the trunk.
Pops the trunk?
Where was the kitty?
In the back, like right in the trunk. And like he
Like
was
just
in a
hanging
little
out
bag.
or like in a
No,
bag?
he was in a bag. He was
In a bag?
Like a carrying case,
Oh,
right? Yeah.
don't.
Like a no-frills grocery.
Pause for 1 second. Okay, just you got to start calling that the carrier, not the bag.
Sorry, my bad. I'm new to this kitty mothering stuff.
Yeah, don't ever again call it the cat bag.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Sure, the parking lot, Canadian Tire, woman in a black Suburban pulls up.
And how much cash did you show up with?
None.
Okay.
I just wanted to see him because I'm like, maybe
You
he's
just window
not
shopping.
cute. Yeah, I was window shopping.
Right.
So she
Out of a
opens
trunk.
the
Okay,
zipper,
go on.
like in the carrying case, and his
Yeah.
head pops out, and I melted, and I looked at Talal, and he was like, oh, and I was like, oh, I got him.
Yeah.
So he held him and was like instantly fell in love with him, and I was like, okay, I don't know what to do because he's adorable. I didn't hold him because I knew if I did, I would buy him right away, and he was a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
So then the lady's like, you take him now? And I was like, no. Like, just give me a few hours and I'll think about it. And she's like, well, if someone buys him, that's it. And I was like, I know. And Bilal was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. So we walked away, spent a few hours thinking about it. His siblings bought a cat the same day, like 2 hours after we went to see this kitty.
Right.
And I held this one and I was like, God damn it. Now I really want Tubby. Well, he wasn't named at the time.
Yeah.
So we messaged a lady at like 11 o'clock at night, and she's like, great, meet me at the Canadian Tire.
At the same one?
Yeah.
11 o'clock at night to get this kitty. I'm a Canadian Tire parking
Can
lot.
I just say, our cat, Moo, the dumb one?
Yeah.
Yeah. We met him at the parking lot at a Royal Bank.
See?
No.
Yeah.
It's not that uncommon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
She also told us he was a girl.
Oh, no, I didn't even know. Well, welcome to the family, Tubbs.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Out of 2,500 people, presumably not dead, 30% said that they would be willing to live with a ghost. 20% of people said that they would live in a home where a murder has taken place.
No, never that.
You would not?
No.
Why?
No way.
Why?
I don't need that bad energy around.
Bad energy. That house is blessed
With murder?
with murder.
Nah, not me.
Not for you.
You would?
I do.
You do it with yourself.
Dracula.
Right, you're right. You're already dead. Facts. How is it?
How is what?
Just like,
Murder?
no.
Love it.
Okay. I couldn't do it.
It's fun. I
And no
enjoy
to
it.
the ghost things. Not because I
No
believe.
to the
but
ghosts.
No. I don't believe, but just.
I would yes to
Interesting.
the ghost.
You would yes to what to the ghost?
To live with a ghost.
Oh, okay.
Because they're not going to do anything because you're living together. So you're gonna become friends.
17% of people said that they would live in a haunted house.
No.
That number jumps to 46 if they got the house at a discounted price.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow. Like how much of a discount?
Don't make me laugh.
Sorry.
30%
I thought Dracula does laugh.
Shush.
Dracula don't like jokes? There you go.
Die. 30% of people say that they have no problem living next to a cemetery.
No, I could never.
You could not.
I would never.
Really?
Yeah.
I did when I was young.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
And was it
Yes.
weird?
No, it was great. No neighbors, very quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Were you just dying to live there?
Maury, you're killing me.
But you're already dead. I see what you did there. Hey, Dracula got jokes.
25% of people said that they would live next door to a haunted house.
Still too
Next
close.
door, too close.
No, too close. Still too close. The cemetery and haunted houses? No. Yo, Jen and I when we were on the hunt for a house like years and years ago.
Yes.
When we moved from the condo.
Yes. What were you hunting with? Like a staff or a spear or
No,
knives?
we were looking at houses. And this beautiful house.
Did
but
you
across
set
the
a
street.
bear trap?
No, across the street was the cemetery.
Okay.
And both of our mothers were like, we're never coming to visit if you guys buy a house across the street from the
So
cemetery.
explain this to me then. So when you're looking for a home, you then what? You find the house you like, and then you kill the people that live in it, and then you just move in? Is that how this works?
Is that how it works for you?
It's how it's always worked for me.
No.
No.
No, not
Then
our
how
way.
does Dracula get rid of the house
Excuse
if he
me.
wants to move?
I saw a pair of socks the other day that I really wanted, so I killed the man and I took his socks. And guess what?
What?
They didn't even fit. Joke's on him. Joke's on him. They didn't even fit.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Will Ferrell has said that he turned down $29 million to do the sequel to Elf.
What?
So, according to Will Ferrell, he just did an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, and he had said that he did not want to do the sequel to Elf because it was too similar to the original Elf.
Oh, okay.
He said, quote, I killed them all. No, sorry, excuse me. Different story. He said, quote, I would have had to promote the movie from an honest place, which would have been like, oh, it's not good. I just couldn't turn down that much money. He goes on to say, and I thought, can I actually say those words? I don't think I can. So I guess I cannot do the movie. Now, if you remember, back in 2020, James Caan, who was in Elf, did an interview where he said that Will Ferrell and Jon Favreau, who directed the movie, did not like each other very much, and that they almost killed each other with bones.
And that's why, with bones.
With bones.
With bones. And that's why they never made the sequel.
That's why. So James Caan was very much looking forward to doing the sequel to Elf. He said, quote, oh my God, I finally have a franchise. I can make some money. And then he goes on to say, but the director, Jon Favreau, and Will did not get along very well. Will wanted to do it, he said, and he didn't want to do it with Jon Favreau, but Jon Favreau had in his contract, you see, the contract written in blood, that if they did do a sequel, that he would be the one to do it. So there you go. No Elf 2. That's how the crushed teeth crumble.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I don't agree with this list whatsoever, but I'm going to go through it with you. So they've released a list of the 200 best horror movies of all time according to Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh, hit me.
You see, on Rotten Tomatoes, you have a lot of rotten film reviewers whose opinions matter so much. There's a little bit of hair in my throat.
Gross.
Sorry.
That is so gross.
What? Like you don't ever have hair stuck in your throat?
In my throat?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay. Under your fingernail. Under your fingernails.
That
then.
is so gross.
You've never had hair stuck under your fingernails, and then you bite it, and then it goes in your throat. Please.
I'm just picturing like long strands of hair in your throat.
Okay.
By the way, somebody texted in saying they're enjoying Dracula doing movies more than Roz.
Well, I will enjoy killing you later. DM me. We'll meet at in the dark. Don't tell anyone where you went, okay? Please. So they released a list of the 50 best horror movies according to Rotten Tomatoes. And again, there's a lot of reviewers on Rotten Tomatoes who have terrible taste. So I'm going to go through. And again, this is of all time. So at number 10, they have A Quiet Place. This is based on the fresh scores, I guess, right? At number 9 is The Invisible Man from 2020.
Really?
At number 8 is The Night of the Hunter from 1955.
What?
Guess how old I was in 1955?
1,000.
The same age I am now.
Oh.
Dead.
1,000.
At number 7 is Nosferatu from 1922.
What is that?
Guess how old I was in 1922 when I started Nosferatu? The same age I am now.
Okay.
At number 6 is King Kong from 1933. Again, these are the scariest movies of all time. Please. Number 5 is Alien from 1979. At number 4 is Us.
Us?
The Jordan
Peele?
Yes. Boring.
Oh, was it number 4? No, I wouldn't rank it that high.
At number 3 is the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari from 1919.
Oh, my God.
Please. What? 1919. What's that look for?
You were the only one here.
You stop that right now. I'll kill you two later. Don't tell Matthew what you're doing after work, okay? Say that you have business that's going to take you 40 years. And only after 40 years can he come looking for you. At number 2 is Get Out. And at number what? Shem, what?
Get Out is definitely a scary movie.
Yeah, but is it number 2 of all time?
For me, it is.
Yeah, sorry, Shem.
Yeah, come on, guys.
I have to look through the world through other people's eyes sometimes. Shem, come over here for a second and just smell this rag. Okay,
drink this tea.
Drink this tea and smell this rag. Okay, and at number 1, the number 1 scariest movie of all time, they say, according to Rotten Tomatoes, is Psycho.
Oh.
Oh,
No, not at all. Don't agree with that.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How you doing?
Yeah. Oh, I'm great.
Feeling good?
Yeah, man.
You look good.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks. Got a lot of rest this weekend?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
It was Halloween weekend, brother.
I know, so busy.
No, I didn't get no rest this weekend.
Halloween was good?
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah. Lots of kids, man. Ooh,
oh, my God. Dude.
Hundreds.
I got to tell you, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was,
Was this the first sort of big trick-or-treat year for you?
This was the first trick-or-treat year.
It was the first.
For Cruz, because last year obviously couldn't go.
But you guys weren't the family that took him around as a baby and put him in
he wouldn't know.
Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha.
He's 4 now, 4.5. So this was the year he was really pumped up.
Yeah.
And we went around the block and it took us an hour.
Yeah.
But he went and visited houses, and we were all masked up. And some houses, some people were masked up. Some people had set up on the driveway, right, to give candy out. There were a couple of houses where they just left a bin of stuff. They prepared treats with a sign that said, "Please take one."
Yeah.
So we would just take one.
Right. Wow.
And then
he knew what to do, right? Isn't it wild? They know what to do.
Exactly what to do.
Instincts take over.
We were practicing throughout the weekend and stuff. We were what do you do when you go to the door? I have to say Happy Halloween and trick or treat.
Yes.
And I say thank you when I get the treat.
Right.
And my mother-in-law, there are a lot of grandmas who were giving out candy at some of the houses where we know the families are there because the families are out with their kids, right?
Yeah.
So my mother-in-law came over to give out candy. And then when we got back, I had a setup in the garage. And I was had music, Halloween music playing.
Good for you.
Sat there in my Minions costume.
Good for you.
And handing out candy. But it was just amazing to see so many kids out and...
Yeah. Didn't see a lot of masks last night.
Like face masks?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Not a lot.
Barely. Yo, one kid, right?
Yeah, I didn't see a lot at all.
So the kids are coming up, especially the little ones. I asked them, "Hey, what do you dress as? What do you dress as?" Right? And one kid, tween, right?
Yeah.
Normal clothes. I was like, "Yo, what are you dressed up as?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "I don't know."
Oh no! Really?
I was like, I still gave her a handful of candy.
You have to. What else are you gonna do?
Right? Yeah. How about you guys? What was your hood like?
Hundreds of kids, man.
Yeah.
Every kid.
Wasn't it amazing to see?
Bro, every kid gets one candy. One.
One.
Right? One.
Wow.
One. And we, by 7:20, we had burned through 3 boxes of 100 pieces of candy.
Mm-hmm.
2 boxes of 50 bags of chips each, and then 5 bags of 18 bags of chips each.
What? All by what time? The entire
7:20.
night? By 7:20?
Yep.
Did you have to run out to the store again?
No, we just shut it down. We were wrapped by 7:45.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely done by 7:45.
What time?
Yeah,
we were
hundreds
done-
of kids, hundreds and hundreds of kids in my neighborhood.
Whatever time it was, I texted you guys last night.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
the time when we
wrapped
wrapped
early.
and
Because it was so nice.
and I
Because
sat down
bro,
for the first time.
kids were showing up at my house. You know what time the doorbell rang the first time?
What?
4.
No.
4.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, I know.
No,
That's
not
when
ready.
I go on the ring thing. I'm like, no.
You come back in an
You
hour.
come back later. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Right?
Let me talk to your mom and dad. Where are they? They're not with you? Give me your phone number. I'm going to call them right now.
Yeah. And then Catherine and I got into an argument.
Over what?
Oh, because when we ran out of candy and Halloween was over,
Yeah.
right? I blew out the pumpkins and I
Yeah.
turned the light off.
Yes.
Right?
What you're supposed to do.
Thank you. She's like, no, we got to leave the pumpkins on. They're so pretty. I'm like,
no.
no. I'm like, that's not the rule.
No, that's a signal.
Thank you.
That says, come in, we're open.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So
No.
no. So I blew out the pumpkins and shut the light off and everything else.
As soon as the last bit of candy, I closed the garage.
Yeah.
Lights outside of the house, done.
Yeah.
And then I went, and then I was like, we have these inflatable characters on the grass.
Yeah.
And I went straight outside,
Yeah.
unplugged
Pull
all
them all.
them, and deflated right
Good for
away.
you.
Every single
Yeah,
light was
gotta
off.
do it. Yeah. No, it was a huge success. So I'm so happy for you and your boy. First Halloweens are always pretty magical. It's pretty awesome.
That was good.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jessica and Laura, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you guys?
Hey, how are you guys?
So,
Oh my
Roz,
God.
I don't know if you saw this on the weekend, but Jessica and Laura for Halloween dressed up as you and I.
Right.
I
Good
believe,
costumes, too.
Laura was Roz, and Jessica, you were me, Mocha.
Yes. Yes.
When did the two of you decide to dress as Roz and Mocha for Halloween?
So this is probably like a month ago. Yeah, we just love you guys so much. And I was like, man, we have to be them. And I knew Jessica would be super down for it.
A lot of people, because I saw the picture, and a lot of people were commenting on the eyebrows. Because
Oh, I know. Y'all exaggerated, huh?
no.
Yeah.
We had to. We were looking at like Google pictures.
Exaggerated.
Yeah, because I really feel that you nailed Mocha's brows.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We were looking at Google pictures of you guys to try and like find facial expressions or like stuff you guys did in past pictures to try and imitate that.
Right. Well, you guys,
Yeah.
you nailed it, and it's so funny because I got a on your phone, like when you get memories. Do you guys get those on your phones?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What?
You got to make sure we got the same tech as you.
Yeah. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
The first
Is
time.
it because your memory is so bad that you think your phone is trying to like help you out in life?
I do. I do.
Hey man, just in case you forgot.
Yeah, this happened. This seemed pretty important to
So
you.
what was the memory that popped up on your phone?
The memory that popped up was the first time people dressed up as you and I for Halloween, which was in 2010.
Yes.
Right?
That's right. Yeah.
I'll tell you again, at the time, 2 women. 2 ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've yet to have guys dress up as me and Mocha for Halloween. But I will say this: you guys, you made my weekend with that picture and just the sort of effort, and then the video of you guys painting beards on each other and all that.
Oh my God. Awesome.
Yeah.
I posted the picture on. I shared your pictures on my Instagram, and one of the most common comments coming through were that Laura, the pants that you chose for Roz, that they should have been tighter.
Oh wow!
I literally went shopping for new pants.
Oh, did you really? You had to buy new pants?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And somebody had said, Laura, that your deep V was not deep V enough.
We really tried getting you guys right.
Nah, you guys are the best.
Jessica, I know you were wearing a Raptors hat, dressed up as me, and then like an oversized hoodie or a big hoodie. Did you have to go out and source that stuff, or you had it already in your closet?
Yes, it's actually funny. So what I did is I raided my boyfriend's closet. And I literally found the hat, the hoodie, the jeans. I even had black and red Air Jordans on, but you couldn't see them in the picture.
Oh, sick.
I'll tell you one detail that somebody pointed out to me, and this is how much people listen to this show, man. One detail, Jessica, that they pointed out because you were dressed as Mocha with the hoodie, they were like, it's not Mocha unless you tuck those strings in.
Oh, facts.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, next year. Jessica and Laura, listen, we can't thank you enough for being such big supporters of the Roz and Mocha Show and for dressing up as us for Halloween. We love you guys so much. Now, were you like at a party? Did you have to explain your costumes to anyone, or did people like automatically see the two of you and know like the duo, know the combo?
Some people knew.
Yeah.
Some people knew, and some people didn't. And then when I showed them the picture of me and Laura beside each other, they would laugh and be like, "Oh my God."
Yeah,
So,
they loved
yeah.
it. The people that did know, they were like, "Oh my God, this is amazing."
You guys are the greatest. Yeah, this made my weekend. Can't thank you guys enough.
Thank you, Jessica
You're
and Laura. I love you
wonderful.
lots.
Thank you.
I love you guys so much.
Before we let you go, and I know it seems kind of weird to ask you knowing who dressed up as who for Halloween, but we'll start with you, Laura. Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Oh my gosh. Well, shout out to Shem because I love his beautiful voice.
Okay, enough of that. Not the question, ladies.
Okay.
My favorite, I love you both so much, but my favorite's Roz.
Okay, and you dressed up as Roz. So, Jessica, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
You know I love you both, but I have to go with Roz.
Hold on a second, Jessica! You dressed up as me for Halloween, and your favorite is still Roz?
Oh, no.
Yo. I'm going to go delete that picture off of IG real quick. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Love you so
Take
much. Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story.
Hello, Barbara. It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing good.
Barbara, welcome to Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story.
Yes.
Where does your story take place? Where are you taking us?
I am taking you guys to Chile. So we went on a family vacation. We were actually able to get all of our extended family to go on this 1 week. We're going to go and stay at a beach. Okay, when I say a beach, it's not like a resort beach.
Right.
This is like a small, very small coastal town. We met some locals there. They made this huge bonfire on the beach. We were drinking. So me and my cousin, naturally, you got to go to the bathroom at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So we go maybe about 20 feet away from the fire. I go to the front to stand watch while she goes to the washroom. And just out of nowhere, this man just kind of appears beside me.
Oh.
I'm looking, it was the weirdest thing. I'm looking at him, but he grabs my arm.
What do you look like?
So he was tall, he was skinny, he was very, his face was very pale.
Okay.
He had reading glasses on, and he was wearing wearing all black. He was wearing a long black trench coat.
Low key,
And,
you're kind of describing Roz right now.
Shut up, man.
You went to Chile a few years ago?
Come on,
kick it with Barbara and her family?
I'm not grabbing ladies while they're peeing. Okay, that's not me. Okay, so we've established that it was not me.
Okay. So he grabbed your arm, and did he say anything?
So he grabs my arm, and it was the weirdest experience because all of a sudden, it was almost like I was in a trance. I couldn't, everything around me was muffled. I couldn't hear the waves. All I could hear was him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at him in the face, and I remember thinking, who are you? You know? And all he said to me was, "Come with me."
Oh my God.
And he tightened his grip on my arm. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't know you. Who are you? And he says, "Come with me."
Wait, Barbara, so what's your cousin who's peeing right now, directly behind you?
So she's behind this little sand dune. So I don't think she saw it right away. But after that second time when he was "Come with me," all of a sudden I just feel I'm being pulled the opposite way.
Okay.
My cousin's like, "Barbie, we got to go." I look back, the guy's gone.
What?
We go running back to the fire pit screaming. My brother and my cousin come running our way. They pass us to go and look in that direction. But this man was gone. And then we're like, okay, we're just going to go back to where we were staying, and we're just going to go to bed because this is just too weird. And where we were staying it's a seminary. My uncle was a priest at the time.
Oh God!
So this is a place. It was gated. We had to have a key to get in. So another one of my cousins ended up coming there, and he actually brought a car. The car was parked right outside of the bedroom that we were sleeping in, and the car alarm starts going off. We're like, okay, turn it off. And he has his keys there, and he's like, I can't turn it off. All of a sudden, the doors start opening and shutting, like all four. And you can hear them at all different times. That's when we decided to look out the window. And it was almost instantly, like as soon as we touched this curtain, everything stopped, everything went quiet. And there was nobody outside.
Mocha's about to crap himself right now, by the way. Okay.
No, I'm not.
I'm crapping myself right now.
Okay. So then. Okay,
I don't know about you, Barbara, but I have some goosebumps right now.
So what happens next?
So the next morning, like we were up early. It must have been like 6:30 in the morning. So I mean, at this time in the morning, there's nobody out there, not even like locals or anything. So we cross the street, we go onto the beach, we start walking, and we hear a little girl's voice, clear as day, and she's like, "Wait for me." I had a lot of younger cousins that were with us too on this trip. So all three of us that were walking on the beach, we looked back. There was nobody there. So we keep walking. And then again, we hear this little girl's voice again saying, "Wait for me." And at that point, my aunt was just like, she's like, this is like a beach. There's a lot of death that happens here. She's like, I wouldn't be too surprised if this is a spirit, a little girl that, had passed away or died like around this area.
Wow, your aunt like just jumps like she's a real conclusion jumper, huh?
Oh, she is, yeah.
Okay.
But that afternoon, one of my cousins actually was walking on the beach, and she saw what we think was that little girl that was calling out for us that morning, because she said that she saw a little girl on the sand dune. She was dressed all in white, almost kind of like a communion dress kind of look. And she said that she saw the little girl there. The girl didn't say anything to her, and then all of a sudden, she was gone.
She disappeared.
Oh, so we're like,
so you
okay.
go on this family vacation and all you're having is like just straight up paranormal experiences? Yeah, don't ever go back.
Yeah, I'm not going to say don't ever go and visit your priest uncle, right? You know what I mean? But like, I know I wouldn't. Okay. I can say this. As terrifying as that story goes, I'm just going to say right now, okay? My entire life is geared around and designed to not have anyone in it. I do not want to ever associate with anyone where if we are out and I go, "Hey, do you hear that?" And then they look at me and go, "Yeah, it was probably a kid who drowned." You know what I mean? Like there has to be middle ground in there, right? There has to be middle ground in there.
That is a hell of a story. Barbara, thank you.
You're welcome.
Right on.
And
Thanks,
happy
love.
Halloween, girl.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It was revealed recently that in the November 9th release of the latest Superman comic, we talked about this before on the show, that John Kent, Clark and Lois's son.
John?
Yes, he's the new Superman.
Oh, Clark and Lois's son.
Clark Kent?
Yes.
Original Superman?
Uh-huh.
So his son.
Yeah.
With Lois Lane.
Gotcha.
John Kent.
Okay.
Named after Clark's Earth father.
Gotcha.
That the new Superman, John Kent, is coming out as bisexual.
Oh, this probably drove Dean Cain crazy, huh?
So most people are like, okay, cool, whatever, right? Do your thing, Superman.
Yeah.
Some fans have been so displeased and have been complaining so much that they are now targeting some of the animators and production staff, going as far as making threats to them.
Sure.
That the LAPD were called and asked to patrol neighborhoods of where these staff members live, as well as the offices that they work at.
Where the gay Superman artists live.
Correct.
Right.
And the production staff behind this new line of, the new storyline for the comic books.
Sure.
So LAPD is now involved. Like nothing has happened just yet.
Right.
But because since the news came out like last week or 2 weeks ago, the threats have been out there and people just like so angry about the whole thing.
Right.
Like,
Now,
don't mess with my Superman.
Is he like super gay? You know what I mean?
Well, how do you be super gay?
Oh, I don't know. He's super everything else. Yeah.
Maybe.
Like
he hooks up with with his friend.
Yeah.
Like, I guess in the new comic, the November 9th comic.
Right.
Right? Because the picture that they released was him and another dude like making out, kissing.
Then you're not going to. Then these people are not going to want to go and see Eternals when that comes out because.
Oh, spoiler alert!
Oh, it's out. It's out.
What is?
That there's
the movie's not out.
Oh, there's a gay character in
there's a gay
Eternals.
character, and they kiss in the Eternals movie.
Yeah, but we knew that though. But we knew that. But this is Superman though.
Superman's
right?
kid.
Yeah, well, it's true. But I mean, he's the new Superman, right?
He's the one that dons a cape and the logo.
It's so funny because that's like it's not Superman. Like it's not like Clark Kent after all these years and like he's a how old would Clark Kent be now? At least 100 and something, right?
I mean, at this point, then just be
right?
everything.
Like it'd be kind of sweet if he came out after all these years, actually, right?
I thought Superman didn't age though. I don't think he does.
Oh, maybe he doesn't. But even still, he's been around. He's been around for a long time.
Oh yeah,
like if it was Clark and he was like, hey, listen, man, I came to like. I had some of my best years in the 70s and 50s and 60s. Like it just wasn't cool to be gay then, guys.
Yeah.
Like you gotta understand. But now
the world has come around.
Also, Lois is sticking with me, right?
Yeah.
We have this arrangement. It's kind of cool,
It's
very new, right?
Can you pass your superpowers through somebody with a kiss?
No, you can't do that. But obviously, they passed them. He passed them down to what's his name? What's the new
John?
John Kent. Yeah. Listen, what are you gonna do, right? You got a gay kid. He's also a Superman. Sometimes that's the way it goes in life, right? It's the way it goes, right? Still Superman.
You got to roll with it.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're going to ask him to save you, from a threat to the world, right? Who cares?
Yeah. But oh my God, Dean Cain is probably losing his mind over this, huh? Because he's very much not into that kind of stuff. He's probably with some of the people calling the cops on people.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's Dean Cain.
Dean, is that you again? No, I swear.
He goes out to the garage, right, and puts that old suit on.
Oh,
and stands there with his fist on his hips.
Full-size mirror.
Yeah, totally.
He looks at himself, he's like, yeah, still got it.
And he just looks at himself and goes, I'm a man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
God, everybody's getting COVID, man.
Who now?
Jason Momoa.
No.
Yes.
Isn't he filming Aquaman now?
Yes. Yeah, but he just did that massive round of press for Dune.
Oh, no.
Right?
Did anyone else get it?
If you looked at, like, if you follow him on social, like, he's out everywhere with no masks. Like, he's, like, just doing it up,
He's like,
right?
mahalo, my guy, I'm not scared.
Thank you. Yeah, no, he's living a life. So here,
did they have to test any of the other people that were at the premiere?
well,
like
he can't go back to filming Aquaman. He's got a quarantine, right?
What's in the water?
Yeah, Maury.
I was just going to say, while in Toronto filming, he got on social media, I guess, killed for not wearing masks out and about and in stores and stuff like that, too.
Yeah.
Like, he always just wore it under his chin.
Yeah. Like, like, all this stuff in London, like, leading up to the Dune premiere, like, bro is just, like, out there living in stores, like, not even indoors wearing masks, right?
Can I tell you guys something real quick?
Yeah.
Sidebar, I went to the mall yesterday. First time since COVID,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Masked up and everything. You're supposed to wear a mask.
Sure.
I was in Foot Locker. Dude walking around, no mask.
Yeah. In Foot Locker?
Yeah, nobody said anything.
Yeah,
And then
really,
walking
huh?
through the mall. A customer. And then walking through the mall.
Yeah. You saw people with no masks?
I saw people with no mask. And like security, like there is security there. And there are like shops were like holding lines to allow people to go in safely.
Right.
But there are still people walking around the mall
Yeah.
who didn't have masks on.
I don't know if you can actually force, but maybe you can. I don't know.
It's private, but you can tell him to leave.
I don't know what the laws are.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But this is Jason Momoa on Instagram.
Yeah, I got hit with COVID
Oh, no.
right after the premiere.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I met in England, so got a lot of aloha from people, and who knows? But either way, I'm doing fine. Thank you for all your concerns and love, and I'm just camped out in my house, but had some really cool stuff that's coming out, and I wanted to share. Unfortunately, I can't leave the house, but finally we made these. It's my drifter, and
he's always selling stuff too, right?
Soles, biodegradable, and it's got algae bloom soles, and so you can pre-order them at So Ill.
Yeah,
and we got some more cool stuff coming up soon.
He's got shoes
I
and
know,
bags,
he's always
camera
selling.
gear.
His like social feed is like the shopping channel.
It is.
It really
you
is.
know what though? I dig a lot of the stuff that he.
I know, it's got some cool designs
that
on
he's
it.
putting out there.
But so Momoa has it. We found out yesterday that John Bon Jovi and Bryan Adams both got COVID. And then Ed Sheeran today tweeted that he was released from COVID isolation.
Yeah.
And he's happy to be back out hitting the ground running. And then he also told fans that his SNL appearance for this Saturday is back on again. So he will, in fact, be able to do Saturday Night Live. But, man, everybody's getting COVID. Everybody's getting COVID.
And everyone's double vaxxed.
And everybody's double vaxxed.
The stories are
you
that
still got to sit your ass at home for 2 weeks.
Yeah, people who are double vaxxed are getting it.
You got to sit your ass at home for 2 weeks. What a hassle. What a hassle, man.
But still, tell me about those things yourself.
I know, exactly.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It is Diwali. Happy Diwali to everyone celebrating the Festival of Lights. The next 5 days will be filled with celebration. And I had asked the question because The Office is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yes.
And the episode where Michael Scott sings the Diwali song.
Right.
After he goes to, I think it was Kelly's family. They were having a celebration. They were having a party. And it's to the tune of, oh my God, what's his name?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song.
Yes.
So a lot of the discussion when it comes to The Office is, oh man, that show would never be able to exist the way it was back then in today's world.
Right, which wasn't actually that long ago.
And it wasn't that long ago.
We're talking like a decade, less even for some episodes.
So my question was, is it offensive now or is it safe enough to play that song because it's so funny and because you understand and know the humor behind the character of Michael Scott, who is this lovable buffoon who doesn't know any better.
But so offensive, though.
And extremely offensive, but you have a soft spot for him because you know he means well.
Right.
And you still want to cheer him on.
Right.
Even though he's an idiot sometimes.
Right.
So I put the question out there, and I got a bunch of replies.
Okay, yeah.
Here's what people are saying. Haha, yes, play it. It's like you're giving them a shout out for the people who are celebrating Diwali.
Right.
Somebody else said, just play it. People are just way too sensitive these days.
Okay, but is this
Somebody else said, play it. Someone said, Diwali song is totally hilarious, and I don't think it's offensive to play. Another person wrote, it's really funny. It's all right to play.
Okay, but this sounds like a bunch of white people.
So next question. Everyone texting in saying, you get the pass.
Yes.
Go ahead and play it. Are y'all the ones who are participating in Diwali? Do you participate in Diwali every year? Okay.
Yeah, that's a tough one because this sounds like to me a lot of people being like, oh, people are too sensitive. Just play it. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like a little bit of that crowd.
Right.
Right. Well, now we've made such a big deal out of it. I don't know what
I'm
to
a
do.
brown guy.
I hear you. I know.
So I love Diwali. I love the celebration.
Yes.
I love the way people big it up so much. And I
Right.
love seeing the pictures on social every year around this time. And I love The Office so much.
Yes, but
And
I
love
don't.
this
But I
song.
honestly, but like real talk here. I think that there is a very distinct difference, especially having just watched that episode. I think that there's a very huge difference, say, between Michael Scott singing the Diwali song on The Office and say people defending Apu on Netflix or on Simpsons. Right. I think that there's a very big difference between the two. Maybe I'm wrong.
Couple of texts that are coming in right now.
Yeah.
I'm not white. I'm brown, and I celebrate Diwali. Another person said, I'm Indian, like hardcore Indian. We'll be fine. Someone says, yes, I do celebrate Diwali. I'm a brown guy.
Okay.
So,
yeah, but what about the song, though?
you know what?
Yeah.
If I catch heat, I catch heat.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to play it anyway.
This is going out to Indians everywhere. It's a tribute to one of the greats, Mr. Adam Sandler.
Diwali is a festival of lights. Let me tell you something. Tonight has been one crazy night. So put on your saris. It's time to celebrate Diwali. Everybody looks so jolly, but it's not Christmas, it's Diwali. The goddess of destruction, Kali, stopped by to celebrate Diwali. Don't invite any zombies to a celebration of Diwali. Along came Polly, So have some fun at Diwali. If you're Indian and you love to party, have a happy, 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 happy Diwali. Happy Diwali!
I feel so much better. Happy Diwali, everybody.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Scottie Pippen, former Chicago Bull, NBA champion, multiple NBA champion. He's got a new book coming out called Unguarded.
Oh.
And it drops on Tuesday. And the one thing everyone is talking about, I guess it's because this is the portion of the book that they released, is he goes in on former teammate Michael Jordan.
Like when you say go in, you mean like doesn't like him.
Does not like him.
Interesting.
At all.
Did
And
we
if you
get
watch...
did we get a sense of that though during when they were a team? Did you ever was that ever a story that
you always thought that they were the 1-2 combo?
That's what
the
I thought.
1-2 punch.
I
that
didn't
they
know
worked
basketball
together.
that well, though,
the synergy
right?
was there. They knew how to read each other. They knew the plays that they were going to make.
doesn't
and-
necessarily mean you like each other though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and Michael Jordan is not exactly known to be warm and friendly to his teammates
No.
at all. Even Scottie Pippen.
Right.
And we saw a lot of that in the Netflix, the Last Dance.
Yeah.
That came out earlier this year, right? You really got the sense that none of his teammates really liked him.
Right.
And Scottie Pippen, before I tell you what's in the Scottie Pippen book,
Yeah.
I want to take it back to 2010 when Pippen was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And it was Michael Jordan that was the one that gave him his big intro. So Michael Jordan is standing there on stage just to Scottie Pippen's left while Pippen is at the podium and says this.
What an honor it is for me as a basketball player to have the all-time great presenting me here tonight. It was so valuable to me as a player to see someone who had the same desire, determination, passion, and love for the game. Who knew that number 23 would be here 23 years later, presenting me into the to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. MJ, you have touched so many people's lives, but none like mine. Thank you for being the best teammate. I will always cherish that experience, and I will cherish our relationship forever. Thank you.
All right. So you think, right?
I get, but everybody's on their best behavior.
He's
at
playing
those
the part,
things, right?
So in the book Unguarded, which comes out on Tuesday, Scottie Pippen goes in on former teammate Michael Jordan, calling him selfish, hypocritical, and insensitive.
Ooh.
And then talking about the Last Dance documentary, he says, Michael received $10 million for his role in the doc, while my teammates and I didn't earn a dime. Another reminder of the pecking order from the old days. For an entire season, we allowed cameras into the sanctity of our locker rooms, our practices, our hotels, our huddles, our lives. Scottie Pippen was also upset that Jordan had such a huge part in the creation of the documentary and wrote that it focused too much on Michael Jordan and pushed him and the other players to the sidelines. Pippen says this, I was nothing more than a prop. His best teammate of all time, Jordan called me. He couldn't have been more condescending if he tried.
Wow.
He also says that he believes that Jordan's motivation to do the documentary was at least in part fueled by his desire to remind this generation of his legacy, especially because everyone is talking about LeBron James, has been talking about LeBron James as being the GOAT.
Right.
By comparison. When you look
Right.
at games, you look at championships, you look at stats, you look at popularity, product out there, right?
Yeah.
And then since the documentary came out, Pippen says this in his book. Over the next few weeks, I spoke to a number of my former teammates who have each felt as disrespected as I did. How dare Michael treat us that way after everything we did for him and his precious brand?
Wow.
Hold on.
Sounds a little bitter to me.
He says this. You want to know what selfish is? Selfish is retiring right before the start of training camp when it's too late for the organization to sign free agents.
That's true. That's true. That's facts right there.
And a final quote from Scottie Pippen in his new book called Unguarded, which is out on Tuesday. He says Michael treated him and his teammates, quote, poorly, and adds, Michael and I aren't close and never have been.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, a lot of that sounds a little bitter, but also, as great as Scotty was, like, you can't go in on Michael Jordan for being Michael Jordan. Like, you can't go in on Michael Jordan and be like, he only did that, Doc, to remind people that he was the greatest. Well, he was. He's like, nobody's saying that about you, right?
So is that why he's released this part?
Yeah.
Of the book, which is out on Tuesday.
Yes, God, I hope nobody I know ever writes a book.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
Update.
Branton, what's up, dude? Welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you?
Hey, wonderful. You guys?
Good, buddy.
We do a lot of these FML updates for Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. You are, Branson, still one of my favorite segments of Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life that we've ever done. And just to bring people back up to speed, you called us because your problem was that you had resting smile face and it wasn't something that you could really control. And you felt that it prevented you from being taken seriously. Also, you're a kickboxer. And when you're standing there, you can't help but smile. And that messes a whole lot of things up because you can't look tough. You can't play the part. You can't do all this stuff. Remind us and everybody else right now sort of like how you felt at the time when you called us dealing with resting smile face. And take us through a little bit of our conversation and what you got out of it.
Yeah, so last time you, Roz, you said that I shouldn't have to change for the world, that I should just be who I am and just kind of embrace my smile, like don't change who I am. So like last time I thought of my smile as a weakness, like a disadvantage, as you said, because people don't take me seriously. But it's weird because kind of now I think it is an advantage. Like, for example, I recently got into a fight with someone.
Oh my God! Wait, like a street fight, or is this part of your kickboxing training?
Yeah, it was on the street.
Oh God!
What happened?
So I guess I was walking with my gym bag, and the guy told me to move it out, but he was rude about it because I'm on a sidewalk. He said I'm taking up the whole sidewalk with my gym bag, so he was just kind of, I guess, like power tripping, and it kind of got into an argument, and it kind of escalated.
Yeah.
And he wanted to fight, so it was weird. He had a drink in his hand. He put down his drink, and he just stood up, and I was there.
And smiling at him.
Next thing you know, I just kick him in the stomach. And,
all while smiling?
I don't think this time I was smiling. It was a pretty scary situation, so yeah. I kind of kicked him and I backed up, picked up my bag, and kind of just left.
So I have to ask about the kick, just because I need to get the visual. Was it like one of those front kicks, or did you like turn to the side where your shin hit him in the stomach?
No, it wasn't the front kick with the toe.
Okay, front kick. Okay, so you push him away with your foot, and then what happened?
Then I just backed up because I didn't want to get into a scrap. And then he was just trash talking me, but he was kind of coming close, and I was just keeping my distance. And eventually he just stopped following me. He's like, "Oh, I'll remember your face. I'll remember your face." So a few days later,
kickboxer with a beautiful smile.
That stupid smiling face.
So then what happened?
A few days later, he actually saw me on the street, and he's like, "Oh, you're the guy who kicked me, huh?"
No.
So this is outside my gym. So I walk into my gym, and he kind of comes in, and my coach is there and kind of calms the situation down. So the guy wanted to shake my hand. And here's the part where the smile comes in. So he shakes my hand and whatever, and he's still saying a few things to intimidate me. But all I do is I just smile right in his face because he's shaking my hand. He's close to me, and I'm just smiling. And he kind of gets mad. He's like, "Yo, bro, why are you smiling for?"
Yeah.
And it's funny because I realized that was my advantage because that made him even more mad by smiling. Yeah.
Okay, so you have embraced your resting smile face, right?
I broke it during the initial fight, but it's like I came back to it, and it seemed like it was more effective. Because it's weird. It made him more mad by me just smiling, and I didn't intend. I intended to de-escalate the situation, but it seemed like it intensified it.
Listen, I think our advice is the same today as it was then, which is, man. I wish more people had the problem of resting smile face. I think that it would be a much more pleasant way to walk down the street. And I'll say this again, which is I don't think that you should try and force yourself to not smile. I think that when this is something that one individual is going through like yourself, I think that you actually probably light up more people's day than you even know. And don't change. Don't change. I mean, I know it may every now and then get your ass kicked, but I think it might be worth it.
That is a great story, dude. I freaking love that. So you haven't run into that guy again, right? Like now that he knows like what you look like and knows the gym that you train at, he's not like hanging around the neighborhood or anything.
He does live in the neighborhood. The other day I still met him. Like he was kind of calm, and I kind of shook his hand, and he said, one day I'll come and spar you in the gym, but let me just get my life straight. Okay.
Wow. So again, Branson, that was this is an FML update. We talked to you back in July where your big problem was that you suffer from resting smile face, and you worried that people didn't take you seriously. Also, it didn't help with the fact that you're a kickboxer, but it seems like everything is worked out.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Right on. I love this story.
Much love, Branson. Thank you, bro.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Did you watch the trailer for the new Will Smith YouTube series?
No.
His new show. It's called Best Shape of My Life. So he's basically just trying to...
Oh, and he's getting... Yeah.
Trim down, get fit.
Haven't seen it.
It's being released on November 8th, so next week. And in the trailer, it shows Will working out, in the process of writing his memoir. And then there are parts of it where he's sitting around at a table with his kids. Yeah. And they're just having general conversations. And one of the big stories that you're going to see people are writing about now and talking about, and one of the most intriguing things, because we all need to know now the background to this, is that at one point in his life, Will Smith said he contemplated suicide.
Oh, wow.
Listen to this.
So you ready? This began as a journey to get into the best shape of my life.
Even better than iRobot?
Even better than iRobot. I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 20 weeks. Come on, Will. Get your head back. When I started this show, I'm about to get it, I thought I was getting into the best shape of my life physically, but mentally, I was somewhere else. I'm done. And I ended up discovering a whole lot of hidden things about myself. I'm writing my book, and it's like exposing my life and so many things that people don't know about me. That was the only time in my life that I ever considered suicide.
Oof, what was going on then?
That part of the trailer, the discussion, is where he's sitting at the table with his 3 kids.
Wow.
And after he said that line, his daughter Willow, like they show her reaction.
Yeah.
And she just had like tears in her eyes. She was welling up.
I wonder what was going on though. What was the situation? I guess we'll watch it and find out. But I'm trying to think of like, was it? Do you think like early on in his career? Do you think it was something that happened later when he thought maybe it was all over for a brief period of time, or stuff that was going on at home? Yeah, interesting. So when does that drop?
November 8th.
November 8th.
Yeah. It's Will Smith's new
Looks
YouTube
good.
series called Best Shape of My Life.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, man. Live it up. Come on.
Live it up. Hey, Mocha. Yeah. You ready?
Yes.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
There was a viral post going around on Instagram that was a tip for anyone who is lost. And the post went like this. If you're lost and your phone is low or has no signal, here's a tip. Change the voicemail message on your outgoing voicemail message to give your location, time, date, situation, and instructions. Basically, stay in the car. If your phone dies, voicemail still works, so anyone looking for you will know where to send help. Basically saying that if you say you're
Stranded
lost,
somewhere.
stranded, you can't get a hold of anybody because you got no cell service. So just change your outgoing voicemail to say, hey, it's Mocha. I'm at the Big Rock by the other Big Rock. Ran out of gas, got no cell service. Come get me, right? But the problem is that it doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, because you need, if your battery's low, yes, you can do it. But you still need service
to call into
your voicemail.
Your voicemail, correct.
Right, yes. So this was from Associated Press. They did a big expose on this one Instagram post, by the way. That's what they're doing with their time now. But that doesn't work because I saw that like 5 times over the last couple of days.
My mother-in-law was telling me about that the other day.
Yes.
But I asked her the same question. I was like, but what if you have no service? You can't use your voicemail at that point.
Right.
And she didn't have an answer.
Right. Because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mark Zuckerberg has changed the name of Facebook. Now, Facebook, the app, like the platform, Facebook, as we know Facebook, is still going to remain Facebook. Instagram and WhatsApp and everything else are still going to remain there. But Facebook, the company, is
Mark.
Not Mark. Close. Meta.
Oh.
Meta. This is Mark Zuckerberg.
I believe the metaverse is the next chapter for the internet. And it's the next chapter for our company, too. We're a company that focuses on connecting people. Today, we are seen as a social media company. But in our DNA, we are a company that builds technology to connect people. And the metaverse is the next frontier, just like social networking was when we got started. I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta. Our apps and their brands, they're not changing either. From now on, we're going to be Metaverse first, not Facebook first.
Oh, God. He sounds like...
You know who he reminds me of?
Yeah.
Richard from Silicon Valley.
Yes.
A little
bit.
bit.
But also Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. Like those first couple of lines, like listen to the first couple of lines. Go back and play it again from the top.
I believe the metaverse is the next chapter for the internet.
Right?
And it's the next chapter for our company, too. We're a company that focuses on...
I believe the metaverse.
Napoleon.
It doesn't even sound real, right? Like what he's talking about. You know what I mean? Like we just trust him. Like you don't really question. Like what in the hell's the metaverse? Like we just let him get on there and say that the metaverse is the new is the new frontier.
It's because there's nobody there to question him.
But what is the metaverse? We all know. Okay, so he changed Facebook because Facebooks are getting dragged, rightfully so, for not protecting children, right? Their lack of gatekeeping when it comes to harmful posts. So now he wants to build something bigger, right?
The metaverse.
The metaverse. Okay, so, but what is the metaverse? I don't understand what that means. Everybody's just reporting this today. I've heard the story 9 times today already. And everybody's like, well, because he's developing the metaverse. Nobody's saying what the metaverse is.
What is the metaverse?
Yes, I don't know what is the metaverse. I don't understand what that means.
You're just jealous that he was online chatting with babes all day.
Right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Alec Baldwin met with reporters, and I guess the investigation is still going on the shooting that took place on the movie set that he was involved in. And I don't know the circumstances of this, how long that reporters had been tailing Baldwin and his wife and I guess their kids. But at some point, Alec got out of the car to talk to reporters.
I'm not allowed to make any comments because it's an ongoing investigation. I've been ordered by the Sheriff's Department in Santa Fe. I can't answer any questions about the investigation. I can't. It's an active investigation in terms of a woman died. She was my friend. The day I arrived in Santa Fe to start shooting, I took her to dinner with Joel, the director. We were a very, very, well-oiled crew shooting a film together, and then this horrible event happened.
Do you think production will start up again on...
No, I doubt it necessarily. Anything else?
Okay.
So just do me a favor, you don't mind? My kids are in the car crying.
Because you guys are following
And all I want to do, as a courtesy to you, I came to talk to you. Now, please, would you just not follow us for the rest of Just leave us alone.
Let's go home.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was like literally on the side of the road?
Yeah.
You hear traffic whizzing by like crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, are Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson a thing?
No.
I don't know, man.
Come on. Pete Davidson and Kim K?
Yeah, so apparently...
There's no way.
Apparently Kim's mom leaked pictures to People magazine. I'm joking. I don't know. I always assume that it's Chris. So they were at Knoxberry Farm, or I guess Knox Scary Farm, on Saturday on a roller coaster. So they were seen holding hands, right? But the way that I understand it is that they were holding hands while on a roller coaster as opposed to holding hands walking through the park.
Oh, maybe
right?
one of them was scared.
I guess.
then.
I don't know. I don't
Protect
know.
me, boyfriend.
But they were there with Courtney and Travis Barker. And
who else?
I don't know, but it sounds like a double date, I guess.
Just gonna
Like it
say
was
double date, yeah.
It sounds like a double
For
date.
sure
It was
they're dating.
The friend, the four of them, I guess.
Confirmed, they're holding hands.
A friend said, quote, they hang in the same circle, so they will be together from time to time. It's just friends hanging out.
Who said that?
A friend, like
Kris Jenner?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Kris
Can
Jenner.
you say it was from a friend, please?
Didn't Pete Davidson, what was that story? Didn't Pete Davidson, this would be wild if it was, but wasn't there a story of he had to pick up the tab on, there was a big birthday dinner for somebody and Kanye was there?
Yeah. So
what was that story?
So the way it started out was that he was having dinner with, I think it was Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
And then it was reported that somebody else showed up.
Was it Kid Cudi? Is that who it was?
Kid Cudi. You're
Yeah,
right. Kid Cudi
yeah.
first. And then he's like, oh, yeah. He gave the waitress his
Credit
credit card. And then Kim and Kanye showed up. And he's like, okay, no problem. Kim and Kanye are going to show up. And then Kanye went ahead and he's like, give me the stuff that's like the real strange stuff on the menu.
Yeah.
And Pete ended up having to pay for the
Right.
entire thing.
Yeah, Kanye just came in. Yeah. And Pete had to pick up the whole tab. Yeah. So anyway,
Awkward.
so there's that.
So awkward.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Apparently, Ice Cube dropped out of a Jack Black movie and left $9 million on the table because they wanted him to get vaccinated.
Is he an anti-vaxxer?
I
Ice
guess.
Cube?
I guess it's what it sounds like. So
Wait, wasn't he telling people to get vaxxed though?
who, Cube?
Yeah. I thought there was a story where Cube was like telling people to get vaxxed or mask up or something.
Yeah, I think that there are people who are telling people to get vaxxed who have not yet been vaxxed. But the movie was called Oh Hell No, and Jack Black was already signed on. Ice Cube was going to co-star. The story goes that it was a $9 million payday for him.
Wow.
And they had mandated COVID-19 vaccines for the cast, and he walked away.
He said, "Oh hell no."
He said, "Oh hell no." Exactly.
Title
Yeah.
of the movie right there.
Yeah, that's a big payday to walk away from, man.
Yeah.
That's
Cube's got. I mean, not to say $9 million isn't a lot of money. $9 million is
it's a crazy amount.
ton of money.
Yeah.
But for somebody like Ice Cube, who's been in music and acting for so long, he's got millions on millions in that bank account.
Sure.
So maybe $9 million missed like a potential $9 million to get added. Maybe it's not like that big of a deal. I don't know.
Right. Like, but that's like saying somebody, would you get vaccinated for $9 million? And somebody saying no, like you would look at them like they were crazy.
Oh yeah, no, both
Right?
arms.
Yeah.
And the butt.
Like, there's a lot of things that I would do for $9 million. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Give me all the vaccinations.
Yeah.
I want to ask you what the recipe is.
Don't even
Every
care.
single one of them.
I don't even care.
The COVID one.
Yeah.
All the other ones the doctors make you get that they say you're supposed to.
Bro, there's people that would take $9 million and get COVID. Let alone vaccine,
Shem,
right?
do the double thumbs
Shem,
up.
yes. Take your chances
Where
with
do
COVID.
I sign up?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Controversy at Wheel of Fortune.
What happened?
Oh, so normally they make the puzzles like somewhat difficult for people to try and solve, right? So the category was movie quote. Movie quote. And they were quoting Candyman. Now, do you know the rules what are the rules for Candyman, Maury? 5 times.
In the dark, right?
I don't even think it has to be in the dark. Yeah, in the dark.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so
And then he appears behind you.
5 times.
Just like Bloody Mary.
When you say Candyman 5 times,
So you said it twice already. Don't do 3 more.
Candyman appears. So you go to Wheel of Fortune now, and the category is movie quotes. So listen to what the puzzle was when the guy solves it, but then listen to what Pat Sajak says right after.
Candyman, 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 Candyman.
Corgi. Yes, you got it.
4.
Yeah.
That, by the way, for those who don't know, is from a film called Candyman.
There's your
And by the way, if
fifth.
you say, and I said it a fifth time, which means he appears. Isn't that
Right.
the way it works?
Absolutely. We should be terrified.
He may be under the wheel.
So everybody freaking out over that because they shouldn't have said Candyman 5 times on Wheel of
Dude, I
Fortune.
said it 5 times.
Candyman,
Don't
Candyman,
you know the
Candyman,
rules?
Candyman, right? Is that the rule? 5 times? That's a lot. Isn't Bloody Mary 3 times?
Yeah.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary? Yeah. It's 3 times,
Dog,
right?
come on.
What?
Now you can have Bloody Mary and Candyman follow you home?
Maybe they'll hook up. Leave me alone. Right? Anyway, so people were very upset about that.
By the way, I didn't
them
say it. So
Candyman
Candyman, if
believers.
you're here,
Yeah, Candyman.
Roz.
Candyman.
Okay? Same with you, Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Don't. Actually, no, with Bloody Mary, though, you're supposed
Yeah.
to say it in front of a mirror. So
That's
you're good.
true. That's true. You're right about that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Elon Musk said that he's willing to give up $6 billion to end world hunger. So this comes in response to a tweet made by David Beasley. He's the director of the UN's World Food Program, the WFP. And he said that he was doing an interview where he said that billionaires need to step up now. And he called out Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. And he said, quote, $6 billion to help 42 million people that are literally going to die if we don't reach them. It's not complicated. And then Elon replied and said, if the World Food Program, using transparent and open accounting, can describe on this Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion will solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock right now and do it. And then he went on to say, but it must be open source accounting so the public sees precisely how the money is spent.
Wow.
And then David Beasley replied and said, I can assure you that we have the systems in place for transparency and open source accounting. Your team can review and work with us to be totally confident of such. And then somebody else jumped into it, a guy named Dr. Eli David, and he jumped in the conversation replying to the original tweet by David Beasley and said, the World Health Program raised $8.4 billion in 2020. How come that didn't solve world hunger?
Oh, open source that.
Right? And then David Beasley replied saying, the headline is inaccurate. $6 billion will not solve world hunger, but it will prevent geopolitical instability, mass migration, and save 42 million people on the brink of starvation, an unprecedented crisis, and a perfect storm due to COVID-19 conflict and climate change. So it's looking like what Elon Musk was asking for is not going to happen because they tried to simplify it and say that 2% of Elon Musk's wealth could solve world hunger completely. And Elon Musk was like, if you show me how to do that, I'll give you $6 billion right now. Wow. And then it all sort of went to hell.
Hey, didn't Bezos say, was it last week he wanted to like build a space hotel?
Yeah, I think so.
Did he say something like that?
Yeah. I don't want to go to space hotel though.
Yeah, too risky.
Yeah, there's no way. I wouldn't sleep. I'd be up all night.
Or
I guess it's always all night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or all day. You don't know.
I would just be up. Like, there's no way. I couldn't
do
go
you
to space.
age quicker, like just on the cusp of Earth? Because you know how they say, like,
Don't know.
when you're up there,
Don't know.
time moves differently.
Yeah, don't know.
Like, does that also work in Space Hotel if it's
Yeah.
just on the edge of Earth?
Don't know. I know from Interstellar, Matthew McConaughey didn't age at all.
No.
But then his kids grew up and got old back on Earth.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Grandkids and everything.
Yeah, but I don't even know if that's true. I don't know if like this is like movie things.
Remember he
or
was
not.
on that one planet,
Yeah.
and for every like couple of minutes or something,
Yeah.
there were, like 7 years had passed on
Yeah,
Earth.
yeah.
That's
Which
scary.
I know it's too scary for me. That's why I'm not going to go to space because of that.
Yeah, no. Holiday Inn Express.
There's
I'm good.
I have no business in space. I have no business going to a space hotel, nothing like that. It's not going to happen for me.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Cal Penn came out and announced that he was engaged. Did you know about this, Maury? So Harold and Kumar star Cal Penn comes out as gay and reveals that he's engaged to his partner of over a decade. This is in his new memoir.
So Cal Penn's partner would go with him to things, but nobody ever, like, it was always introduced as, this is my friend.
Yeah. Isn't that what you guys do to your grandmothers too?
Matthew's grandmother introduces me as this Matthew's friend.
Right, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, grandma still used the friend for the husband and the lover.
Your friend coming for Christmas?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
To this day.
But yeah, so there you go. Cal Penn not only came out, big day for him,
very
writing the
good-looking man.
memoir, and also engaged. So congratulations all around to Cal Penn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mariah Carey, you done it again.
Oh, no. What happened?
Look at how excited Maury is. Every Halloween at midnight, when it becomes November 1st, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mariah Carey celebrates and launches the official
Mariah
holiday
season.
Mariah season.
Okay.
And so she released a video where she's in the house, and out on the front porch, there's 3 jack-o'-lanterns, 3 pumpkins.
Yeah.
And they have the words, "It's not time," carved into them, and they're glowing.
Mhm.
And then as
Mariah carved them herself?
I guess, yeah, they're beautiful too.
Good for
And
her.
then as soon as the clock sounds and it becomes November 1st, Mariah comes out of the house and smashes the pumpkin that reads "not" with a candy cane baseball bat.
Oh.
And then it just simply reads "It's time." So here's the video Mariah released last night.
Oh, dramatic. Oh, wow.
And then she smashed the pumpkin. And then the caption at the end of the video just simply reads, "It's time to smash that pumpkin and treat it as pie because we still got to get through Thanksgiving." So is this it, Maury? It's officially...
Well, in the video,
Yeah.
fans, us lambs, have noticed one of the presents underneath the tree with her read 11-5.
Which means?
November 5th. So something is coming out on this Friday. We suspect it's going to be the trailer, the announcement for her TV Christmas special.
Oh.
That's
Has she
what
done
we
one of
think.
those before?
She did one last year and the year before.
And
So-
then the one last year wasn't that good, right?
Was it that good?
Was that the one that tanked? It tanked.
I don't know which one you watched. I
didn't
thought it
watch
was
that.
fantastic.
Okay, but you as a fan thought it was fantastic.
Well, yeah,
As a
it
television
was
production, was
it
it
was
fantastic?
terrible, yeah.
Okay, it was terrible, right?
That's what I said, yeah.
Okay, anyway, it's Mariah. It's the holidays, and that's what she does. And she does it very, very well.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ed Sheeran, listen to this clip about Ed Sheeran where he talks about how, I guess, like when he was younger, he thought he might be gay for a bit because he didn't do all the sort of man stuff. Listen to this. Yeah.
I'm not like a hugely masculine person anyway. Like I have a definite feminine side to the point where, like, when I was a kid, I thought I was gay for a bit. Like I definitely have a big feminine side. I love musical theatre. I love pop music. I love Britney Spears. Like my masculine side is like probably stops at drinking beer and watching football.
So you don't mend your own car?
No,
If it's broken?
No, and I'm not like a car guy. I like a nice car, but I'm not like a car guy.
It's interesting that it's those sort of like skills and interests that when you're younger, I guess, if you don't fall in line with those things, that maybe you think that you were gay as opposed to feelings that you would have.
Yeah.
For maybe you were thinking, well, because I'm not interested in that kind of stuff, maybe the feelings just haven't hit yet. Maybe the feelings happen.
I never thought that though. Like I was never a car guy. I'm still not a car
later.
guy.
Yeah, it's
But
interesting.
like I know enough like to maintain my.
I am a car guy and I am gay. So
there you go. So what's Ed's problem, right?
I know, right?
A car guy. Please, Maury brings his car to the dealership to get the sticker changed on his license plate.
And we hang out with the grease monkeys in me.
Listen to you, the grease monkeys. Anyway, that was Ed Sheeran.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the show was recorded on Saturday night, and it will air at some other point in, I don't even know.
I think this month, later this month.
Jay-Z was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Dave Chappelle showed up as a surprise inductor for Jay-Z.
I would like to apologize to the It's an incredible honor to induct this next man into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But I need everybody in rock and roll to know that even though you are honoring him, he's ours. He's hip-hop. Forever and ever and a day.
So that's what he said. He goes, I want everybody in rock and roll to know that even though you're honoring him, meaning Jay-Z, he is ours. He is hip-hop forever and a day. So that went down to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, do you have the Taylor Swift clip? Did she open the show? Is that the deal?
She did, yeah. Hold on.
It's interesting. I
have it here. Opens up with Carole King, performing Carole King. Dan Mori.
I'm reading that it's going to broadcast on HBO November 20th.
Thank you very much.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Eternals is out. When does Eternals come out? This Friday.
Friday, man.
Yeah. Eternals is out. Kumail Nanjiani, who he got all beefed up and everything for Eternals.
Dinesh. He's definitely not Dinesh from Silicon Valley. Not in this movie.
No. A lot of questions as to whether he's Danette.
Huh?
You know what I mean? Nothing. So he got all beefed
natural.
up. So he got all beefed up, and he's like a superhero now. And it's weird for me to even look at him because he's still Dinesh from Silicon Valley, who I love that character, right?
The best, one of the best.
And I love this character. But the question revolves around stunts, and he's on Ellen today and tells this incredible story of doing his own stunts on set of Eternals.
I am so excited about this movie. It's Chloe Zhao, who, did Nomadland, won 2 Oscars for it.
And there was a lot of stunts that did you do your own stunts?
Well, I tried.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big scene in the movie where I have to sort of do like 10 different moves and then shoot the bad guy. And when I trained, they were like, just do it one step at a time, because we'll just do like one shot, you set up, do another shot. It'll take all day, but we'll string it together. And then Chloe, the director, on the day was like, this should be one shot. So there's no edits.
No.
I'm like, wow, that's going to look really cool, but now I have to figure out how to do this. And we were shooting on a Saturday. So it ends with me sliding under something. And I did it about 30 times, and it's really like embarrassing because there's 200 people just watching you trying to make their Saturday night. The last 2 I nailed, okay? So it took me 30 tries.
Wow.
Felt pretty good about myself. And then I walked by the same set a couple weeks later, and I saw a guy dressed as me doing it again, and I was like, all right, do what you gotta do. Make it look good.
That sucks, dude. Oh, he's feeling real good, real proud.
Imagine?
Oh, you gave it your all.
And I'm sure he's not the first superhero, the first actor to take on a superhero role, where you walk onto set one day and there's somebody else dressed just like you doing all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
I know. It kind of sucks. Great
Sorry,
story,
Dinesh.
though.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Carol Baskin and her husband filed a lawsuit in Tampa, Florida yesterday against Netflix and the production company behind Tiger King 2, alleging that producers breached a contract by continuing to use footage of Carol and her husband in the sequel, since they only signed on, they say, to appear in the initial documentary. Therefore, according to the documents, the Baskins were demanding that Netflix and the producers remove all footage from them in Tiger King 2, which comes out November 17th. And then late last night at around 11:55, a federal judge in Florida had denied Carol Baskin and her husband's request for a temporary restraining order against the use of her image in the production, saying...
Yo, they worked out late? 11:55 p.m.?
Saying, while the court understands the Baskins' frustration, it does not appear that inclusion of defendants' footage of the Baskins will cause any immediate harm that cannot be compensated with monetary damages.
Are judges 24-hour service?
Yeah, you can get, I guess it's just like you can file some sort, like you can go to a judge at all hours of the night and get like a search warrant or a restraining order or all of this stuff.
Have you seen on Law & Order where they go to the judge's house and knock on the door?
Yeah, super late and they're in their jammies and like, all right, meet me in the office.
Exactly.
You're not in any type of like right frame of mind after working a full day. Let's say you work a full day.
Right.
To be making
You don't think so? No.
I don't know. I wouldn't trust it.
No?
No.
Okay, so what, you think they need to like revisit this in the morning?
Yeah, after a full night's sleep? Yes, fresh cup of coffee. Of course. Of course.
But
I can't trust a judgment that comes in from a judge who's just been woken up out of their sleep at like 2:30 in the morning.
Okay. All right. Okay. What about a surgeon though? Like what if it's a surgeon working late? You got to trust them. Part of the job is being able to do the job on 10 hours sleep or no sleep, right? Like that's the sort of training that you go through.
How many years experience they got?
Well, here's my question. I asked this question the other day. I know we're just kind of go sidetracked here with the news. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have, if you really, really needed one, okay? Would you rather have to deal with a young doctor or a young lawyer?
Like how young?
Like, let's say...
Like how? Or sorry, how much experience?
A little bit younger than you.
And I'm young.
Right. Let's say a little bit younger than you. If you really needed one, would you rather have a young doctor or a young lawyer?
Doctor.
You'd rather have a young doctor.
I think so, yeah.
You
How
would,
about you?
huh? I would rather have a young doctor as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have an old lawyer because for me, medicine changes constantly, right? Like there's new things, new tricks, new techniques, new research, new science, new everything else. The law rarely changes.
Right.
So I want somebody who's a dinosaur who knows this stuff in and out. I would rather have a young doctor than a young lawyer.
Yes, all the new medical breakthroughs.
Yes,
they're up on all that info.
Give me an old lawyer, and I don't want a young lawyer.
Yes.
Right? I don't want that.
Yeah. Tell me about, if you're going to help me out, tell me, the case in 1953 that helped this next person out.
Thank you.
Right? Give me the facts on that and how you're going to rework it into our case.
Yes.
And then don't wake up that judge at 2:30 in the morning because I still don't trust him.
I know I'm white, but let's make this about civil rights. Because you look old enough to be able to pull that off. Work that law.
Judge, I say, Judge.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Chris Pratt is going to be the new voice of Garfield, and I guess they're doing a Garfield movie. Is Garfield even relevant right now, do you think?
I couldn't remember the last time anyone even brought up Garfield.
Well, because Bill Murray voiced Garfield in a 2004 movie, and that was really like the last time.
They made a movie in 2004?
Yeah. I don't think it did very well. But here's a little bit of Chris Pratt's voice, just so you get a sense of what Chris sounds like. A reminder.
Yeah, I've spent a good amount of time naked. I was always getting naked. I was always getting in trouble for getting naked.
Okay, so that's Chris Pratt.
Yeah, sure.
But the weird thing about Garfield, now that I'm going through all these clips, right? The weird thing about Garfield was Garfield was different than other kind of cartoons because Garfield always sounded like a man as opposed to like a cartoon voice, right?
Oh, I don't
right?
know.
Like Garfield always sounded like a man. Well, play Bill Murray. It's clip number 4. When Bill Murray did Garfield, he just sounded like Bill Murray.
I'm getting my exercise, doing my job. Just one quick cannonball! Morning. Okay, I think you're clean enough now.
Okay, so that's Bill Murray's Garfield. It's basically Bill Murray being Bill Murray.
Yeah.
But when I go back and I'll play you these other two, right? Like Garfield sounded like it was weird because he's like a cartoon cat, but he sounded like a man. So play clip number 2. This is Lorenzo music.
I hate mornings. I like them better if they started later. Rats. My owner must still be lolling around in bed. It's hard to find good help these days.
So that's the Garfield I remember.
So depressing.
Right, now go to play number 1. This is the first Garfield from the 80s. Listen to this guy.
Show me a good Mauser and I'll show you a cat with bad breath. I have feet. One last olive. I think I'm gonna throw up.
It's not.
This sounds like one boring ass show.
Garfield, he's the cat that loves lasagna. You don't know Garfield?
Now, you
never watched that, or
No.
you never read that or watched that? And
does his owner know that? Like, does he talk to his owner? Is this
no,
one of those where
it's Garfield. He has a
he's
dog.
just his inner dialogue that the audience knows?
But he has a
and
dumb
hears?
dog friend named Odie, I believe. Yeah,
Yellow dog.
I don't know if he's yellow. Maybe he's yellow.
Is he yellow
Brown?
dog?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. But Garfield loves lasagna. He loves lazing around and eating lasagna. You don't remember
That's
Garfield?
my kind of cat.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't remember Garfield, huh?
Sort of.
No emotional attachment to Garfield whatsoever? No, not in your life?
Mm-mm.
You didn't have that where you grew up?
No.
You guys weren't all like sitting around telling like Garfield stories to each other?
What's more to tell? The lazy ass cat that sounds like a man that eats lasagna?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
End of story.
I don't know. I'm just saying, okay, Chris Pratt's going to be the new Garfield, for God's sake.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Star-Lord.
And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Hello, Aiden. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Where do you listen to the show from?
Milton or Guelph.
All right, Milton and Guelph. All right, Aiden, go for it. What's your question for the room?
Okay, so my question is, what is something your significant other makes that you love? I know Roz likes food questions, so.
What is something that my significant other makes that I love? Like food wise?
Yeah.
Before we answer, Aiden, what is your answer? You have an answer for this?
I can't exactly give an answer. I'm
Why?
still in high school.
Oh, so what, man? What about your mom? Is your dad? Like your parents? Your parents make anything
My mom used to bake when I was before high school, but that doesn't happen anymore.
You sound like you're in a place, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what? We're not going to grill you no more, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
No, you sound like you're going through some things.
Yeah, and it's okay. Roz, do you have anything that counts? Wait, that's so weird because you're the one that makes everything at home.
I know. It's very difficult. So
She might make a flower arrangement or two.
Oh, does it have to be food or can it be something else?
Whatever you.
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
I mean, he came up with a question. What do you
You're
think?
right. You're right. No more questions. No more questions. No more questions.
You just answer, man.
Yeah. Is there something that Catherine makes that I love? I mean, she makes my life more fun. But as far as food goes, and I've said this many times on the show, I cook 99.9% of the meals that we eat.
Okay, let's
home.
flip it then.
Yes.
What is something that you make for the girls that like Catherine absolutely loves or that Roxy absolutely loves?
I think that their favorite thing now, because everything fluctuates, everything goes in cycles. I would say right now, either chicken soup or chicken fried rice. They're really heavily into chicken fried rice lately.
Really?
Yeah, I make a giant cauldron of chicken fried rice for them, and then I just leave it in the fridge, and then they just go at it all day and all weekend.
Oh, that sounds real good.
Yeah. So there's I do that quite a bit, and then also soup. And then when I make Roxy's soup, it's weird. She always wants chicken noodle soup and mashed potatoes. And then she takes her mashed potatoes and puts it in the bottom of the bowl and then pours the chicken noodle soup on top of the mashed potatoes and then mixes it all together.
But then doesn't the mashed potato kind of melt a little bit?
It does. And it becomes like this white, thick, potato-y kind
miso,
of...
It becomes miso.
It's weird, yeah, but super thick, right?
Really?
Yeah, that's how she eats chicken noodle soup. Loves it. It's her
Sure,
favorite thing in the
whatever.
world. So that's what they're doing now. Maury.
Matthew makes a really good Portuguese soup.
What is in Portuguese soup? You've said this before.
Yeah, it's collard greens, rutabaga, potato, and chorizo.
Right. And did I not say it sounded disgusting the last time we
I know,
did
but this is a Portuguese wedding soup thing. Like, it actually is really good.
Question, what is rutabaga? I don't even know.
Rutabaga, there's another name for rutabaga, a normal word for rutabaga.
Which is?
And you're going to tell me in a second. It's like the thing with the purple on the top and then the rest of it's white.
Wow. Wow.
What?
Wow.
It's a purpley white thing.
What's that long thing with the purple tip and everything else is white?
No, when you squeeze it too hard? Let me look it up.
No, not parsnip.
Turnip?
Turnip, yeah.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know what these are.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of. But what's the base of that? Like, what's the broth? Like, what is it? A vegetable broth? Is it
No,
a
it's
chicken
the potato
broth?
and the rutabaga. That's it.
No, but the broth.
Oh, sorry, the
The
broth.
broth.
The
It's gotta be vegetable, right?
chicken broth, yeah.
It's
chicken.
It's like a chicken sort of base. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I
Then
love soups, but
He also makes this dish where it's cod, like codfish.
I understand.
So it's a cod lasagna. So it's like layered. It's cod.
Oh my God, that's so gross.
Okay, so go ahead.
That's
Say, keep going.
disgusting.
Keep
Cod,
going. Yeah.
thinly sliced potato,
Yeah.
tomato,
Yeah.
cod,
Yeah.
thinly sliced potato,
Yeah.
and then you put like peri peri sauce.
Is that an actual thing, or do you make that
No,
up?
that's an actual thing.
Really?
That
eh?
sounds like my green bin.
Yeah, it does. It's weird, right?
After a week.
But doesn't everything just become like? Doesn't everything just become like one giant like
mush, right?
in
It
there?
has to be.
Well, the potato sort of locks in the layers.
Oh, that's so gross.
So
And
wait
what
a
else?
second
Like,
here.
what do you season all that with?
The peri peri. I guess salt and pepper would have, but I mean, I truly believe you can't knock it till you try it.
That I will.
But
never try that.
noodles though, right?
No,
Nothing.
why would you do that?
Well, because you said lasagna, so I was just imagining.
no.
So it's the lasagna method, right?
Yeah, the layering
Oh, what's it
method.
called? Does it
Oh, I don't
have a
know.
name?
It does.
Like
I
an
can't
official name?
pronounce
No?
this thing.
Hold on here. Yeah, I found the cod lasagna.
Ew.
Okay.
That's so gross.
That is disgusting.
You know what you know what it looks like? It looks like scalloped potatoes with fish.
Oh, no, I couldn't do it.
Right?
No, thanks.
Serve this delicious cod lasagna recipe to your friends. It's different, very tasty, and
No.
you'll love it and want to repeat. Okay, hold on.
No
There
way.
you go. Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
That's disgusting.
Cod, onion, olive oil, cream. Yeah, lasagna sheets.
No, we don't do that.
Oh, well.
Oh, you bypass that?
Well, hold on
I've
here.
never, like any time I've had this in Portugal.
You went to Portugal once.
Yeah.
Twice.
This is from a website called Food from Portugal, by the way.
See?
Okay.
It's official.
Food from Portugal was created with the purpose to divulge the Portuguese food to all corners of the world. We present this site in 2 languages, English and Portuguese, thus increasing the reach for more people. So they use, first of all, there's no potatoes in this.
See, then it's not the right thing.
Okay, so listen. So
No, it's not the right thing that you guys are making.
Well, what
then.
if you didn't call it? Okay, what if I shouldn't have called it maybe cod lasagna? What if you just typed in cod and potato dish?
Oh God! You're
Portuguese
just gonna
cod potato dish.
Even Aiden's sick and tired of you.
No, I'm not a big fish guy. That sounds disgusting.
Right? Thank you, Aiden.
While I'm answering this, Mocha, what is what is
Jenna makes like this amazing spaghetti with the great pasta dish with meat or chicken, like ground meat or chicken that I absolutely love. I don't know what it is she puts in the sauce, but she like she cooks down, I think, like roasted red peppers and then puts it in the blender with a bunch of other stuff and then pours it into the sauce and mixes it all up with like garlic and onion and salt and pepper and oregano. I love that. And then she bakes a lot. So she does these banana chocolate chip muffins that are like super healthy. Really, really good. Love them.
So what Matthew makes, Maury, from what I understand here, is Portuguese salt cod and potato casserole.
There you go.
Not lasagna.
But the layering, that's why I call it, even when I ask for it, they say do that cod lasagna thing.
Yeah, but it's a casserole, not lasagna.
I mean,
and
really,
also the picture of this looks disgusting, and this is on like a pro food website.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it looks. The picture of this is mushed up pieces of cod, onion, 2 big like pieces of potato on top, and then chopped hard boiled egg and whole black olives.
Ew, that's disgusting. Gross. Anyway,
and 2 pieces of white bread with no butter.
That's like every family dinner.
God, that's so gross. Yo, Aiden, we appreciate you, dog. Thank you so much for your question.
No problem, guys. Have a good one.
You too. Later. Here's a great question from Matt Tarbs. Someone breaks into your house while you're sleeping and you have to grab something within reach of your bed to protect yourself. What is it?
Catherine.
Do you have anything on the nightstand?
God, what do I have on the nightstand? I have a pretty heavy bottom lamp on the nightstand.
Yeah.
I have, there's a picture frame on the nightstand. I have a dish that Catherine put there so I can put stuff in it. I think it's like an old ashtray or something like that she bought online, but it's a heavy bottom. It's like marble almost.
Oh, wow.
So
you
I have,
can kill somebody with that.
I have that. I used to have a weapon beside the bed. I always used to have like a club kind of thing. Yeah, I always had one in my room. I always had a club in my room.
I have a spritz container of lavender linen spray.
Make him feel comfortable enough that they'll just leave?
I can whack him with the linen spray.
I only have 2 things on my nightstand, and that's my charger for my phone.
Yeah.
And then a lamp. So I'd have to pick up the lamp and use the bottom end of it to try to bash whoever it is.
No, I'd grab
Can the
I'd grab
bookshelves underneath, because my nightstand also is has 2 shelves in it.
Yeah. What would you grab?
So there's like a candle.
A candle.
Like a big candle.
Yeah, you could hit him with a candle. I'd grab the charger and strangle him with it.
Yeah,
The cord's not that long. Then I got to unplug it.
And then you're never going to get it back in, right? You got to do that thing.
All in the dark and stuff.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Matthew could reach and get his bottle opener from his
Why
side
does
of
he
the
have a bottle opener?
It's
What are you guys doing in that room?
That's the penis one that he hides in there. I told you about the wooden penis bottle opener.
Yes,
Wait,
yes,
I thought you
yes,
said you guys
right.
keep it in the drawer in the kitchen.
No. It's moved to because we had people working and they.
When the contractors came over, the HVAC guys came over. They moved the penis bottle opener to the
It's a
bedroom.
wooden black penis bottle opener.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
So he keeps it in.
Right now, it's in the nightstand.
Yeah.
How long has it been there for?
About a month.
Yeah, that's a long time. That's too long.
Yeah.
So I'd say that would scare them away.
Yeah. You know what you should do? You should do a test, Maury. You should take that and put it back in the kitchen and wait to see if it shows up back in Matthew's nightstand again. Know what I'm saying? Uh-huh.
Aiden says here, what is your least favorite thing to do throughout your day? Mine is driving home after the show because I am so exhausted that, and it's pretty dangerous. If I close my eyes while driving home, I could probably fall asleep.
Really, huh?
Yeah, I'm that tired. So my least favorite thing to do is to drive home after the show.
Mine is waking up after a nap.
That's
Yeah,
your
'cause you
le-
feel
that's your
groggy.
least favorite,
Feel like
huh?
absolute crap.
Yeah.
I would say coming in here in the morning.
Why? Well, I guess. Because it's early morning.
Who wants? Yeah, it sucks.
Right?
Yeah.
Who wants to
It's
wake
not
up and go to
fun.
work?
Yeah, it's not fun. Waking up to go to work. Waking
Yeah.
up to come in here. It sucks. It's the worst part of my day.
Oh, cutting onions for dinner.
Yeah. You do that every day?
Every
That's the worst
recipe
part of your
has-
day?
It's cutting onions.
Yeah?
How many onions are you eating, though?
Well,
Every
most
single day?
recipes, there's an onion or what are those smaller oniony things that you like?
Onion minis.
Yeah, they're called onion minis. Yeah, onion minis.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah, no, definitely waking up to do the show is
Uh,
my least favorite part of the day.
Rayman46 says,
Hey.
are any of you investing in cryptocurrency?
Yes.
Please, Maury.
No, you're not. You bought a percentage of Bitcoin forever ago. You don't have the password for it, and you don't even know what it's worth right now.
No,
we,
but
fi- we figured it out one day what it was worth, and it wasn't that much, right?
No, it was like $1,000.
It was like $1,000 or something
So
like
I
that.
would answer.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've invested in it.
Yeah, you have. You don't. You don't have
keep
that.
up with that.
I will never ever see
No,
that.
it's funny. I had a
Yeah.
conversation about this a couple days ago with somebody who invests, and I think he turned his $5,000.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's definitely not Bitcoin. It's something else. But he turned $5,000 into 100 and something that it's worth right now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been investing for a long time. And I just don't know enough about that world to know what's good, what's not, how to figure out the percentage of real life dollars to
Well, because the difference,
crypto
the difference is this: is that
worth.
Bitcoin and cryptos, and somebody, and please correct me if I get this wrong, because I'm certainly no expert. But when cryptos first came out, it was seen as a currency where you would be able to buy these $4 and then use them in places, if you
Right.
remember, cafes, and you could rent cars and all this stuff, where it was seen as a currency. And cryptos are no longer seen as a currency; they're seen as a commodity that you invest in, and then you just watch the price go up and down. Okay. And so I don't have a lot of interest in that, because to me, the stuff that I invest in isn't that kind of, I'm not that specific, right? I don't go after
Yeah.
specific companies. ETFs and everything else I'm fine with. But I just don't do specific companies. So I would never it was like when everybody was super hot. If you had any friends that remotely knew like nothing about investing 4 or 5 years ago, when the weed boom was happening, I know people that cashed out some savings and like big time money, second mortgages on their houses and lines of credit, and they went all in on these specific weed companies, and they all got taken for it.
I invested.
Right? You did.
Yeah.
How much did you invest?
I invested $100.
Yeah.
In the one that was supposed to be at Shoppers Drug Mart and everything
Yeah,
like that. I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't doing anything, so I sold them.
Yeah. So, and my philosophy is that if your friends start talking to you about investing and they start giving you investment tips, it's a dog, because by the time people who are not experts in this get wind of something and then they start giving you investing advice,
Yeah.
it's done. It's done
I once
for.
listened to my grandmother and invested in oil because she called me up. She's like, I got a hot tip on this oil. Oil stock. So
Yeah.
I invested. I lost so much money on oil.
Wait, oil's supposed to make you money, though.
Yeah, no, Maury.
No, but
Maury
Oil's
lost.
the one thing that could make you money. How
This
did you
company
lose
got
money?
bought out by another company.
Yeah.
So then they
But then
they
shouldn't your
cash you
stock-
out for you.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, but cryptos are a whole different thing, and again, I don't know a lot about them. And now, if I could have gone back in time, would I have thrown 10 grand into Bitcoin when Maury did? Oh, of course I would have.
Yeah.
Of course I would have
made a lot.
Right, and I would have made a ton of money, but I just wasn't interested in alternative currencies, because that's what crypto was supposed to be. That's what Bitcoin was supposed to be. Now the blockchain and all that stuff, and the
Oh my God, so confusing.
and the sort of tech behind that, and what's worth investing in there, that's a whole different kind of story. and people are making money off of that. But it's just a world that I'm unfamiliar with. So I rely on people who I sort of trust and pay to help me out with this kind of thing, and they've steered me clear of sort of those things in the past. Yeah. I don't know.
Jillian says here, is there something that you have a lot of that you organize and your partner thinks you're weird for organizing it like that?
Pubic hair. I'm joking.
What?
I'm joking.
The actual? Yo. Oh my God.
Come on, that was a joke. That was just a joke. It was just a joke. I just sat there like where how I would organize my my pubes. That was just a joke, guys. Like it was a joke. It was a joke. Like it's just jokes.
Would you think he was serious? He lines them up?
Yeah, I comb it like different ways or like
Do you ever
stuff.
hold them up and see which one's longer?
No more. I don't want to have this conversation with you talking about pubes. It was a joke. Okay, it was a joke. Continue with the question. I apologize for interrupting.
That was so weird.
Continue with the question, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there something? No, that's the question.
Okay, read it again.
Is there something that you have a lot of that you organize and your partner thinks you're weird for organizing it like that?
Pubic hair. I'm joking. I'm joking again. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist.
That's so weird. Now, would it still be attached?
Yes.
Or
Yeah, like
would
my
you,
own. No, like I don't have it in a bag.
Would it be removed?
No,
and like
no.
you have organized like on a shelf by
No,
month?
no.
Is it next to your nail clippings?
No, it would just be my own. Like I just organize it differently.
Like in a bag or in a jar?
No, like my own on me.
Oh, on you.
Yes. Yes, that's what I meant.
You don't shave?
I didn't want you to.
Shum looks like he's about to throw up right now.
Yeah, I trim down still, but what are you gonna do, right? Sometimes winter's coming. Pandemic. Come on, man.
Don't worry. Answer?
Well, not as good as that. I was going to say stamps, like my stamp collection.
You still have the stamp collection?
Yeah,
huh?
I'm still buying more, and my husband thinks I'm crazy for it.
Yeah?
I go to the post office, and the post office near me knows to hold the first day covers for me to look through and pick the ones I like.
Wow, you're that guy, huh?
Yeah.
You're that guy that goes in the post office
And they're like, Amori's here.
oh wow. Wow.
Do they ever like call you with some like hot tips on?
No,
you
they'll
know,
just put the first day covers in a bin.
Here's
for
what we
me.
got coming up.
Yeah, ask them what my pubes are worth. It's a joke.
I can't
it's
even
a
give
joke.
an answer because that's all I'm
It's
thinking
a
of
joke.
right now.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Pubic hair is always a fun answer when you don't know what to
shoes
say.
and hats.
Right?
Yeah, it would definitely be my hats and my sneakers.
Yeah.
Because like hats, for example, I have them organized by color, but then within that color scheme, it's by like whether or not it's Raptors or
Right. Wow.
I don't know, like just any novelty,
Like a Toronto hat or
yeah,
whatever
like
it
any
is.
novelty,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
leaves, like my round of like Blue Jays hats.
Gotcha.
Right, or I have like ones with like words
do you
or
keep them?
pictures. I have a couple of baskets.
You do?
Yeah, that I keep them in the closet in.
Wow.
Do you ever bend the rim? Is that still a
Yeah,
thing?
this one's bent.
No, but
Yeah,
there's somewhere
I
you
do
won't
it-
bend the rim?
No, I bend it just a little bit.
Yeah.
Not
You don't
like
you
crazy.
don't wear the flat
I
super
don't-
flat?
No, and I don't fold it in half
Right.
the way some people.
Like
And there's-
like me. Like
And
a
you're not
yeah,
supposed
you
like a,
fold it.
yeah,
You
like a
really
skid.
fold
yeah.
it. Yeah,
I
yeah,
also wear my
Leaves
hat
the
like a
sticker on.
skid.
Does this one have the sticker? Oh
On
yeah,
your
this
knee,
one.
yeah.
Which hat am I wearing today? I don't even know.
Gold leaf.
Oh yeah, it's a Raptors one. Yeah, the sticker's on this one. And then the other thing that I organize is in my work shed.
Mm-hmm.
So like screws, like the different sizes and lengths, I have those organized.
Right.
And then wood, lumber as well.
Oh.
Like 2x4s are all together. Sheets of plywood are all
Right.
together.
Right.
2x2s are all together.
Good for you.
So I keep that. It
That's
looks like Home
efficient. That's
Depot.
efficient though. That's efficient. That's
Can I
good for you.
answer
Good
this
for
on
you, though.
behalf of my husband on something that he organizes
Yeah.
and collects
Absolutely.
that I will never understand?
Yeah.
Concert reviews from the newspaper.
Excuse me.
What?
He has a stack of concert reviews from the Toronto Sun,
Yeah.
Jane Stevenson's collection, that he has a collection of a stack of them. And she came over once and he showed them to her.
Where does he keep them? Like in a
They're
book,
in
in
a
a binder?
bin.
But
in
like
the
just
home
like
office.
specific artists or just all reviews?
No, specific artists or whatever. Like,
Okay.
and he'll cut them out and put them in order of when they happened in this bin.
Right.
Concert reviews from the newspaper.
And why was Jane Stevenson at
She
your
had to like
house?
file a report or something like that, and she called like she was nearby and needed somewhere to go.
What do you mean she has to follow a report? Like with the cops?
Like she had to write an article. So
Oh.
she sat at our dining room table, and she's writing an article at our dining room table. And Matthew's coming out of the office going, I have to show you this. And he's lining out all of her articles on the dining room table.
That's so weird. How did she not?
I keep these next to the jar of pubic hair.
Oh my God, that's so cool. You want to see Jane? Oh man. Yo, we'll end on this one from Claudia. When is Dammit Maury replacing his busted up Yaris? What should he drive next, and what's the budget?
Well, I found out recently, so my bumper, I recently damaged that, but I got like an insurance claim on that, and they said that it's not worth, they're not going to cover it because the value of the car is less than what the repair would be. But I found out, I didn't know this, that the dealership can actually heat up a hairdryer and bend the bumper back into shape.
Sure.
So the next time I go in for an oil change, they'll do that for me, no problem.
Okay.
No
But
charge.
how much is that going to cost?
No,
no
charge.
Oh.
And
Why don't you try
we're
it
back
at home?
up and running.
If you know it's just a
No,
hairdryer.
because I'll screw it up. I'll melt
It's a heat
the
gun.
thing.
You
It's
need
a
a heat gun.
Like
Yeah.
somebody has to do it professionally, or I'm ruin it.
Right.
So they'll do it, and then my bumper will be fine.
Yeah, nice. Well, there you
So
go.
you think a Toyota, like a repair person, is going to be standing there with like a Dyson against the
No, it's a
bumper?
heat gun. It's a heat gun. It's a heat gun. It's a heat gun.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, but Maury, if you could get rid of the Yaris.
Oh, I would love to, but Matthew said I have to drive this till it dies.
Wow. Okay.
getting close.
So what's next on the list though for you?
We want
after
we
the
can't
Yaris.
afford it, but we want like a Range Rover.
Not what you want, what you can afford.
What you can
What
afford.
we can
Yeah, like
afford?
what would you
like another Yaris,
like,
basically.
Probably, yeah.
like another Toyota or Ford or something.
What did you
like
drive
that.
before the Yaris?
I never had a car.
Oh, okay.
No,
this
this
is
is
the
my
first.
first car.
Yeah.
Has
Yeah.
Matthew ever owned a car?
He doesn't have his license.
He doesn't?
No, I let him drive once in the parking lot of your wedding.
Okay.
And he went from one parking spot to another. Like, it was first time. I'm like, okay, easy does it.
You
and I
shouldn't
let
be
him.
teaching anybody how to drive more.
Yeah. With the amount of dents and scratches on your...
I know.
Yeah.
On
You're
that
the
car?
worst driver.
No, but I let him park the car.
Yeah, and how'd it go?
It was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah, there's nobody around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what kind of car would you? You probably drive like a Mazda or.
We're thinking like a Tesla would be kind of fun.
They're expensive, man.
Oh,
you can't afford a Tesla.
I know.
You
And
can't
you would-
afford a Tesla.
Yeah, no.
All right, so it'll be like
you know
another
what?
yard.
No, you know what? You would probably you and Matthew would probably love like one of the Kias.
Yeah.
Right? You can get a cool looking car. Kias are
We'll
fine.
never drive a Kia.
Why?
Because Matthew's dad drives a Kia, so that's out. So
what?
Well, I'm sure Matthew's dad wears pants too, but y'all still wear pants.
I can't wear pants. My father wears pants.
My father.
That's so weird.
Wow, that's like.
What about a Mini? I could see you
I
guys
was
driving
just
around
gonna
in a
say
Mini.
a Mini would be kind of
That
cool.
would suit you.
but
I
it's
think.
not for grocerying,
What about one of those Scions?
which is all
Can't
made
buy
by
those
Toy-
anymore. They don't even sell Scions
They don't
anymore.
make Scions?
No, man, not in here.
That
You
was a
can't- you
Toyota. It was
can't-
owned by Toyota.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't get one of those.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
even
telling you,
use
you
Toyota.
guys should, you could drive a Kia. They got good cars, and you can drive into the
like
ground.
a Kia Soul.
Yeah,
But I'd like something a little higher up,
like
like a RAV4 or something that you have to step into.
No, I can't see you guys in a RAV at all.
No,
I can't see you guys in an SUV. Not at all.
No,
it'd be fine, but
no.
whatever.
The Kia Telluride is my favorite new car. It's too big though. Catherine won't drive it. That one, and then the Ford Bronco Sport. Not
sick.
the actual new Ford Bronco because it's too big. Like I can't park that on the street.
Is that
in
the
front of my
electric
house.
one? No, right?
No. But there is quickly before we go. Hold on here. Let me find this.
While
thing
you
for
find that, did you guys hear? You know the new Ford, the electric vehicle that they
the
have.
pickup truck?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That if you, I don't know if it's a modification or if this just comes standard because it's an electric vehicle. Actually, no, I guess it would be a modification for your house. That if you have a power outage, you could plug basically your truck into your house to
Really?
power your house for like 3 hours or something like
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
That's
at,
amazing.
So look
That's
at this.
smart.
Look up this truck called the Rivian.
Okay.
It's RIV.
I'm actually contemplating getting a truck, by the way. guys.
RIVIAN.
RIVIAN.
This thing, it's fully electric, and not that I'm like super hot and for
Yes, you
electric
are.
stuff.
Oh.
Thanks, more. But this thing.
Oh yeah, this looks like straight out of the future.
Right. Yeah. So, but there's a compartment in the back, like the upgrades that you can get on this truck, right? So there's a compartment. It's a 4-door pickup, right? So anybody who's listening right now, it's a 4-door pickup, and behind that passenger door, sort of underneath the bed where your pickup bed is, there's a compartment, and you can open a little door, and it's actually like either inside storage that goes all the way through the entire width of the truck, or they will outfit that with a kitchen, a camping kitchen that pulls out, and then legs come down that has running water and 2 gas burners and a barbecue stove. And then when you're done with it, you just literally slide this thing back into the truck. Like this truck is crazy.
Where is this from?
It's its own company. It's like Tesla.
No, like, are they like American, or are they from?
I don't even
like
know.
European or something?
I don't even know. Canada? I don't even. No, not yet. I don't know when they're going to start to drop them.
When would you use that kitchen?
But they're super expensive. When you go camping,
starting at $67,500.
I'm sure that's U.S.
Yeah, U.S.
Right?
Yeah. Wow.
But dude, the truck is awesome. Like, because
nice.
the electric pickup truck market, especially with the Cybertruck and everything else, it's going to really get super competitive. But that Ford one, are you going to get you want a truck? Is that what you were saying?
I do. Yeah. I want a truck.
Are you going to get a hybrid, an electric?
I don't know. I need to read up a little bit more on it.
Yeah, the Ford one's cool. The Chevy one is all right. These are badass though. This Rivian truck.
I quite enjoyed driving a panel van for a while when I worked at a radio station. If you're ever interested, I have good things to say about panel vans.
Come on, we're trying to talk cars, guys. I don't know if you've ever considered a panel van, but I've driven a panel van before. I have very good things to say about panel vans.
It's got no windows whatsoever. Keep those questions coming in every week. We'll post on Instagram. At Kiss925 is where we post it to, and it reads Ask Roz and Mocha. This is where we get your questions from. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.